When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty, to throw off such government and to provide new gods for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having indirect object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained. And when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish their right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together a legislative body that places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time, after such dissolutions, to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative power, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states, for that purpose obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of land. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amounts and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us, in times of peace, standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. He has effected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our government, for suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burned our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the work of death, desolation, and tyranny, already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages, and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas, to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections among us, and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an indistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our emigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and of consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation, and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, in peace friends. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do, in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of a right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Love it. We absolutely love that. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the Declaration of Independence, written by Thomas Jefferson and read by John F. Kennedy, one of the greatest presidents we've ever had, and made the ultimate sacrifice for this country, as did Charlie Kirk, our latest fallen hero. And like me, he was God and family and country, and we added Bitcoin to it, and we're still mourning, man, for our lost and our fallen brother, Charlie Kirk. But again, together we'll stand up to fight against this evilness. Again, it's not about left or right. It's not about Republicans and Democrats and liberals and conservatives and the stuff that they think it's about. They want to tell you about. It's about divide and conquer, and by those evil people that are standing by the money printer. And again, I couldn't ask for a better group of people to stand alongside of me, to fight alongside with me, than all of you guys, because we're all Satoshi and we're all Charlie. And we're standing, locking in arms, fighting together and standing up against the tyranny of these evil, evil, demonic people. What is up, guys? It is Thursday, September 18th, 2025. As you can see here, we're at the Bitcoin block height of 915,318. TikTok next block. We'll start there. Hope you guys are doing well. The wheel is empty, guys. So let's put some people on that wheel. Sean Pepe, what's up, brother? How are you? Pepe. Good to see you, man. First, Neener. Good day, everyone. Yes. Samantha Nakamoto, first of your name. Daughter of Satoshi Nakamoto. Welcome in. And she says, is that supposed to be you in the thumbnail? What do you think, Samantha? Do you think it's me or someone else? I think it's someone else dressing up to be like me. What do you guys think? You think that's me or someone else? Do you think that's me or trying to be someone else? What'd she say? Is that supposed to be you in that picture? No, it's supposed to be someone else, Samantha. My brother, much love, bro. What's up, VAW? How you doing, man? You want me to put you on the wheel or no? Good to see you, bro. Benny. Very good to see you. Rudy Gamer 123. What's up, bro? Welcome back in. 1, 2, 3. How are you, man? Oh, man. Charlie. Backpacker, what's good, brother? Flip. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Hi, Jay Emily, the beautiful one. How are you, Emily? Emily gets sats. Welcome in. Hello, everyone. Lauren Stern. What's up, my brother? Very good to see you, sir. Sorry, guys. I had to help my grandson with something. Good to see you guys. Hi, Jerry and Freedom Fam. Hey, Emily. Lauren Stern. Hello, Emily. Hello, BTC Backpacker. Welcome back, VAW. Yes. Love the thumbnail. Thank you. Who do you guys think that is in the picture? Because Samantha seems to be confused about that. So, Fanny Packer. Emily, greetings. Good to see you and everyone. Had to stick my head in for a bit. Missed you guys and gals. Yes. Thank you for saying that too, Fanny. My daughter made that. Hey there, VAW and BTC Fanny Packer. How are the little ones? Lauren Storm, my brother. Cheers. Oh boy. Well, this is going to be a good one. Yes, hopefully. I'm trying my best here, man. Backpacker, good to see you. We miss you. Good to have you with us, VAW. What's up, fam? VHF. What's up, brother? Good to have you, man. I'm not going to put VAW on the wheel. I know he's going to leave here in 5 minutes. So, hey, Lauren, what's up, Emily? Hello, Miss Sam. Hi, Lauren, Samantha, everyone. How's Flipper's wrist? VHF, Fanny. Hi, VHF, BTC Backpacker, and all the kids. Hello, you guys. Samantha, VHF. Emily, oh, thanks. I am posting her video thanking you guys on Signal. That's what's up. Written in cursive. Crazy they took that out of schools. LOL, SMH. Written in cursive. Hello, somebody. You talking about the thumbnail? EB, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Long time no see. How are you? Very good to see you. Lauren, boom. EB, hi. Freedom family, that's right. How are you and Steve, Jerry? You're doing good, Emily. Thank you very much. My grandson's doing much better, man. That medicine's helping him out. He blew his nose this morning and a bunch of stuff came out. So he's doing very, very well. He's doing a lot better. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Jerry, boom. VHF, boom. Thank you. Hey, Jerry, Freedom Patriots. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Yes. Greg, boom. Sharper. Everyone, hello. Hope all is well. Yes. Oh, Greg, I thought you were somebody else. Sorry. Greg, what's up, brother? Philly. What's good, bro? Very good to see you, man. Good to have you back, bro. Welcome in. Sharper than sword, even though he's got a new name. Sharper, how are you, my brother? Sharper. I'll just put Sharper. Always good to see you. Greg, hey. Hi, Sharper. You too. Hi, Backpacker. Hi, Backpackers, Lauren, Samantha, VHF, Emily, EB. Hope y'all having a great day. Yes. Hi, Sharper. Hi, Grego, Sharper. Sharper, much love. I'll be in a few, fam. Slap me on the great wheel of Satoshi. Okay, cool, man. Cool. VAW. Emily, Grego, Samantha, not VH. I hope you're good. Sort of looks like you, but not really. So who do you think it is then, Samantha? Is that a serious question? And I'm not trying to be funny. Like, if you see a thumbnail, right, with a black guy on there, and it says Jerry Loves Freedom, and it's supposed to be somebody else, or what? I don't understand your question. Because my daughter made that for me, Samantha. So I kind of, you know, you know, do you think it's somebody else or what? I don't understand. Hola, Geraldo and BFFs. What's up, Sin Diesel? How are you? Good to see you, man. My sensei. Yeah, my daughter just said made me that, and she did a real good job. So I'm very proud of what she did. I think it looks like me. It doesn't, I think it's an AI picture. Yo, Sin Diesel, VAW. So we meet again, sir. Yes. Hi, Sin Diesel. Hi there, Sensei. What's up, Greg? Sin Diesel, backpacker, fanny packer. What's up, Greg? Sin, boom, M's, EB, hello. Hello, everyone. Hey, yo, everyone. What's up, brother? How you doing, Kramer? Some people, man, I just don't get it, man. Oh man. Oh man, I'm a nice guy, so let me not do that. Let me not do it. Let me not do it. Cindy's my brother. I'm back. Like y'all stole something from me. LOL. Miss you guys, bro. Good to see you. Yes, Kramer. Boom. Hey, Kramer. Just one more day to the weekend. Yes, 117 and rising. Still very cheap, gang. Yeah. Jerry, almost a weekend. Yes, it is. Neil, how are you, man? Good to see you. Neo the one! Exclamation point. I saw a picture of Charlie Kirk in the casket. Not the whole picture. I just saw his hands, and a lot of people are thinking it's a fake picture, and it's not really him. And people are just so fucking dumb, man. Hola, mi amiga. Neo the one. Hi, VHF. Boom. Hello, Greg and Sin Diesel. Looks like you just need some of those very well earned whites. Looks like you just need some of those very well earned whites in your goatee, like backpacker. LOL. Yeah. I mean, it's an AI picture. You know what I mean? So she just put it up. She made that for me. She worked real hard on that. So for somebody to come on and say, "Is that supposed to be you?" I'm just like, come on, man. Who else is it gonna be? You know what I mean? Either you're trying to be rude when you say that, or you're just something else. And I'll just leave it at that. Neo the one. Hello, Lauren Mi Armino. Boom. Neo. Sharper, how are you? Sharper. Lauren Stern, salute. Good. Hope you are too. The kids say it's obviously Jerry. That's what I'm saying. Like again, to make a question like that. And again, I don't want to insult my audience here, but when I come to my channel and I read this, "Hi Jerry, is that supposed to be you in the thumbnail?" What am I supposed to say to that? After my daughter just made that for me. Yeah, it's supposed to be me. Clearly it's supposed to be me, but I guess, yeah, even the kids say, clearly it's you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the kids say it's obviously Jerry. Yes, exactly. I like the new thumbnail, Jerry. Thank you very much. Hola, Team Packers. Kramer Industries. How are you? Kramer, boom. Great thumbnail, but real life Jerry is much sexier. Well, we don't know who that is, Jor. Somebody says they have no idea who that is. They're just like, who's that? I don't know who that is. That's Jerry's channel, but who is that? Now, see, here it is. I have no idea who it is, she says. You have no idea who it is. Really? You really have no idea who that is? Oh, boy. Long time no see, cheer. Yeah, when I first came to the show and I looked at that pissed me off, man. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm just not a nice guy, I guess, man. I'm just too I gotta hold my tongue sometimes because I want to say something so bad, but again, I don't want to insult my audience. But either you know, and it's not like she's joking around. She's like trying to be serious about it. Like, I have no idea who that is. I'm coming to Jerry's channel. It says Jerry Loves Freedom. It's his live stream, but I don't know who that is. There's a black guy on there with glasses with a microphone with a picture behind him. I have no idea who that is. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. Anyways, let's see. Great thumbnails. Jor, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Let me not get hung up on that. Oh man. Jor, what's up, brother? And it wouldn't, if I made it, I wouldn't even care, but that's my daughter that made that. You know what I mean? So that's why I kind of like it bothers me, because I was telling her how much, she did a good job and everything else. And for somebody to come on here and say that, you know, I have no, yeah, okay. I am Lawrence Sin. Hey, hi, peeps, hanging in the background. Jenny, what's up? Jenny Legendary. What's good? How are you? Very good to see you, man. Take a breath, Jerry. It's totally you and very sweet. Your daughter made it for you. It looks good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Jen, Afia, boom. Verbal from good to see you, bro. Sin Diesel, hi guys. Emily Nico says hi. Hi, Jen. Hey there, Jen. Sin Diesel, boom. Afia, what's up? How are you? Sorry, I was a little perturbed there for a second. Oh man, little perturbed there, man. It's young Jerry, not to be confused with drunk Jerry, sleeping Jerry, or sober Jerry. Okay, I'll take that. Daughter did a great job, Jerry. I think she did. I like it. You know what I mean? I like it. She made it for me. She's like, this is what my daddy's about. I'll put a picture of my dad. You know, clearly it doesn't look exactly like me, obviously. They make cartoons, pictures of all time. I've seen a guy from the Chicago Bulls, and he had a Michael Jordan uniform on, and it's a cartoon character of him. Of course, it doesn't look exactly like him. I wouldn't say, well, who is that? Is this? I wouldn't walk up to Jordan and say, is that supposed to be you? Is that you, Michael Jordan? Like, I don't know. Jor, boom. Was I trying to be rude, Jerry? I'm not a mind reader. Samantha, you tell me. I'm not a mind reader. You got to answer that for yourself. Are you paying attention to these pump fund stream that are making streamers 100,000 per stream with 40 to 50 viewers per stream daily? You would clean up. Look into it ASAP. Pump fund stream that are making. No, I never heard of that. Jerry Loves Freedom and Samantha Nakamoto play nice. We're all friends here. LOL. I'm just saying, man. I don't think that's you. That guy's not black enough. Hi, Jay. Yes. Laura Stars, man. VHF. Hi, peeps. Hello, George. Jen. Hey. Afia. Hello. Jen and the Ham Nico. Hello, you two. Yes. Sharper. Hi, bud. I missed the pick. It's the thumbnail pick on my thumbnail. There's a picture of me, and apparently somebody doesn't know if that's me or not. Did not know something so simple was supposed to be a big deal. It was a joke. Not sure why you are throwing a temper tantrum. Well, then say it was a joke, Samantha. Because over here, you wasn't joking. Right here, you said, I have no idea who it is. And when somebody usually jokes, Samantha, they'll put like a LOL on there. So, and I don't know you, and I don't know what you're saying. So how am I supposed to know it's a joke or not until you say LOL or a smiley face or nothing like that? So, and if that's a temper tantrum, Samantha, about me saying something or standing up for my daughter, then you can take a walk if you think that. You can leave if you think that. Because my daughter made that for me. OMG, if people don't recognize your thumbnail, you're not black. You're not black, you got it up. Yes. Oh, yeah, Lauren Stern. I am curious what your problem is today, Jerry. You're my problem, Samantha. You're my problem today. That's my problem. Pepe, hello. Efe, hello. Greg, oh, how goes it? Hey, Pete, what's shaking? What's up, Spaceman? That comment you made about my daughter's picture was my problem, Samantha. So, hi, Emily. At the end of the day, all I know is make sure your single grandma doesn't see that thumbnail. Mr. Steal Your Granny's running wild in these YouTube streets. Yes. Yes. No, Jerry, you were starting to make it sound like no, Jerry, you were starting to make it sound like it was not you. What the hell are you talking about, Samantha? Like, Samantha, you are like, I don't know if you're a guy or a girl or not, because I've never seen a picture of you. You know what I mean? But you are like, you just, I don't know, man. Hey, Peas, what's shaking? Hi, Emily. Let me stop. Are we stacking hard enough? That's the question. Jen, that's a beautiful dog. Yes. Nico, Jerry, have you seen the Bitcoin Explain YouTube vid posted by Camarilla? They have a few different topics, about 3 minutes long. They are funny. I might have. Absolutely. Are we bullish enough? Grego, thank you, sir. Lawrence Stern. He's a little mad that he's not getting my dinner right now. He's the one you can hear and beep and alerts me to be it being done. He wants his reward. Yeah. Hey, Jerry, go Bills and go Bitcoin. Yeah, Hulk Cash. What's up, bro? Good to see you, man. How are you? Very good to see you. Spaceman. VAW, yes. Hey, Emily. Hello, I believe it, Jen. What up, though? What's up, Megalomedia? How are you? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Megalomedia. I'm not the most patient guy in the world. Hello, good morning, everyone. Rizna, what's up? How are you? Good to see you. Hello, Whole Cash and Meg Media. I love Bitcoin. Me too. Hola, Riz. Much love to everyone. Yes, brother Jerry. Have a nice day. Thank you for SAS. No doubt. No doubt. I am frying, brother. Me too. Just got people trying to piss me off in here. How are you? Oh man. Oh my gosh. Gotta drink my water, Sin. Jor. Gotta drink my water, man. Gotta drink my water. I want to show you guys a clip from the Fighter and the Kid show. But first I want to show this one. I want to show Dana White. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Logan Paul and his boy Mike, but they talked about some good stuff on here. So I want to show you a clip of that real quick before we spin the wheel. They're talking about Mr. Charlie. So let's check it out.
One of the more terrible events that I've ever seen on social media or happen, a real like game-changing event with Charlie Kirk. Just curious where you were when you found out, what your reaction was to it.
Yeah, I think I had just woke up and my phone was blowing up, and yeah, I was fucking blown away. I mean, especially when the video footage started coming out, and now they grabbed this kid who's a college kid. This kid hit him like that 200 yards away. It's so crazy. I was actually surprised by how impacted my kids were. My kids used to watch him on social media. My daughter, she's 19, she's in college, and she's been just destroyed over this thing for the last couple of days. You have to feel horrible for his family, and yeah, it's fucking crazy.
What do you think it does to or how does it impact the concept of free speech and also people who operate on the more fringe or radical sides of that free speech? Do you think people start to think a little bit more?
Think about the past. I mean, the past, when you think about it, the guys that was like Kennedys, the Kennedys who were like president, held, cabinet positions in the White House, or Reagan, or, Lincoln and Martin Luther King. And, to see it happen to a guy like that goes to college campuses and debates college kids is pretty fucking crazy.
It's really, obviously, incredibly heartbreaking. It's also really scary because the fact that it happened during what he was known for, which was just peaceful debate and conversation, which was a pillar of American virtue. Like this country was built on people having conversation and talking to people maybe you don't always agree with, and then hopefully reaching a resolution, or even if not, saying like we respectfully disagree. But I think that's a lot of the times how progress is made.
It's how all progress is made. I want to say it was Reagan and Tip O'Neill, who was the Speaker at the House at the time. I guess they didn't like each other, didn't get along, obviously didn't agree on a lot of things. They used to get together once a week to have lunch and talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah. The idea of when you are unable to talk, shoot, and go to violence is just so pathetic. It's so weak. And I think it's totally against everything that is America. And
Do you think it is though? Because it
Whose video? Like Thomas's latest video? Thomas who? Oh, Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas. Do I know him? Thank you, Lauren. Glad you're doing really good, bro, Lauren. Good luck. Do I know Luke Thomas?
it certainly feels like we see more of it nowadays, but like genuinely disagreements used to lead to duels, you know, in the West,
That is-
right?
that
Like
is-
I think America is a
that is-
country
If you're
of
fucking dumb.
yeah, of course.
I mean, that's where you.
Of course.
Who
I'm
the
just-
fuck wants to duel? I mean, I don't agree with abortion.
I knew.
Oh, let's have a fucking duel, and one of us has to die.
Oh yeah.
If you're a fucking moron, yeah, it makes sense. And that's what happens with people who aren't intelligent enough to debate.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because the thing that was great about him is he could sit there and debate. And he'd even say, I saw this clip of him where this guy said, "Don't you think it's unfair that you roll into a college and you're a pundit and you're debating college freshmen?" And he said, "Well, I never went to college. Why don't you go grab 5 professors with PhDs?" And I barely got out of high school. Or he didn't graduate high school. I can't remember what he said, but and he was the type of guy that could debate and never, start to belittle you or make you put you down, or because what happens is when you can't hang in a debate, you know what, you're fucking ugly anyway, or it goes somewhere. Or let's have a duel.
That's what they did with Charlie Kirk. That's exactly what they did to Charlie Kirk. Here, I'm gonna put the link to that video if you guys can watch that later. But I thought this was pretty fascinating because everybody's talking about this. You know what I mean? VHL, that's a hella weird combo. Yeah, I just looked him up. I've seen him before, but I'm not familiar with his work. But there was another conversation that was pretty fascinating too. But people are waking up, man. I was on X today, and I was seeing people. My God, man. A lot of Democrats are leaving the plantation. I'm gonna show you a video on that in a minute. Sane people that are tired of the lies, man. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not trying to make it, because when you talk bad about quote unquote uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? Oh, you just can't see me. Hold on. I don't know what's going on, man. What's a weird combo? You can't see me, LMAO, sin. Was it something I said? LMAO. Oh no, Jerry, what happened, my brother? Can you guys see him? I can. I think I'm back. Kramer, Lauren. Yeah, I think I'm back. You guys can hear me, right? I don't know what the hell is wrong with this thing, man. Got a hold on. I got a donation here. Can you guys see me or hear me or no? Jenny sends in 1234. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it very much. Very much. Okay, they're on to us, right? See, yes, you're back. Sounds back and wheels back. Okay, good. All right, we're gonna do a couple spins here, guys. 318 through 321. So let's spin it and let's see who's gonna win it. Thank you guys so much. It's Thursday, September 18th, 2025. We're gonna start off with the Bitcoin block out of 318. All right, let's spin it and let's see who can win it. Sharper, congratulations. Spin the wheel, round it goes. Yes. I hear you fine. Okay, a Fiat King. Congrats, Sharper. Sharper, congratulations, my brother. Sharper, congrats, Sharper. I am all right. Sure, did you get one of them 23s earlier? Woohoo. Hey, Sharper, you're the winner, brother. If you're here, let me know. Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. No doubt. No doubt. You know what I was taught a long time ago? VHF, Luke Thomas crying over Jimmy Kimmel. They're not even in the same realm of reality. MMA guy crying over a $2 comedian getting sacked. Just weird. Yeah, sick. Yes. These people are weird, man. Sharper. Give them to Emily, please. All right. Congratulations. 320. I'm getting some nasty messages over here on Signal. Oh, my goodness. Yes, and Luke is a demon psychopath. Wow. Let me in. Angel number one Jerry fan. What's up, man? Oh, commode is in toilet, Geraldo. My bad. Let me read that again. Commodian. Okay, got it. Yes. Angel, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. How are you, young man? Angel, number one Jerry fan. I think I just added someone to the stalk me list. Six, Sharper, give him to Emily. Yes, and Luke is a demon psychopath. Well, send Diesel $2 is too generous. Trent, what's up, brother? How are you? Trent. Technician. Can you say hi to Satman for me? Me get on that wheelchair. I am back. Good to see you, Angel. How are you? Thank you very much, Sharper. Hi, I meant down, but YouTube autocorrected me. It's all good. What did you say? Yes, it's a demon. Well, same thing. Hey, it's the same thing, VHF. Demon Democrat. Democrat also stands for Decepticons too, as well. Okay? Because they're Transformers, they're evil, they're more than meets the eye, they're trying to conquer the world. They are Decepticons. Trent, well, it is $2, so it's worth less relevant, valuable each passing minute, like Jimmy Shamel. Yes. Hello, Angel. Number one Jerry fan. Glad to see you. Yep. Emily, you're the winner. Thanks to Sharper. Let's see who wins 319. Commercial break. What's good, man? Trent. Good. How about you, Jerry? Been good. I feel bad. I missed so many streams. Been busy falling asleep early. It's all good, brother. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. All right, folks. Commercial break. What's up, brother? Boy, I am getting some nasty messages on this thing. Hey, man. Hey. Commercial break. Let me put you on the wheel, man. 246, 245. Commercial break. Somebody's happy to see you, brother. Someone is happy to see you, man. Oh my God. Hello, Magic Moolah. What's up, brother? How are you? I got some Magic Moolah to give out today. Good to see you, man. Trent. Moolah. Congrats, Trent. Commercial break. Hello there. BTC Bug. He says, hiya, peeps. What's up, bro? How are you? BTC Bug. How are you? The Bitcoin technician. Care to publicly share? No. You guys seen it. You guys seen what was going on. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're joking, just tell me you're joking. Just say, hey, LOL or something. Don't keep, pushing me, man. Obviously, you know that my daughter is very important to me. You know what I mean? And she's probably watching this right now. So back her, and she was kind of, is this okay, Daddy? Does this look okay? Does this look good? There Jerry goes blasting my private DMs on stream. Yes. What's up, Jerry? What's up, everyone? Steven, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. And see, everybody, when someone says something, if the wires get crossed, because it's easy to get the wires crossed here on the internet, then you just say it. Okay, well, whatever, I was just joking. My bad. I'm sorry about that. But then when you keep going and going and going, and then other stuff's been said other times, it's just like, okay, blunt man, Bitcoin, and then plus that person's kind of annoying to me, and I have a rule that I stay away from people that annoy me. And that person annoys me. And it has for a while, though. Blunt Mizzle. Blunt man, hello, Steven. What's good? Casey Love. Hey, everyone. What's up? Good to see you. How are you? Estas. Yo. What's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, brother. Hey there, Trent. How are you, Trent? Hello, Casey. Congrats to the winner. Yeah, that's Stush. Sup, Sin Emily. How are you, gangs? How are you guys? Hey, Finger Pick. What's up, brother? How are you? And then when somebody's mad at you, when they're like, upset, then when they start saying like really, really nasty stuff about you in messages, then you know how they really felt about you. So you just revealed yourself. My grandma always taught me, people are always going to tell you about themselves, tell you about yourselves when they're drunk, and when they're mad. And this person just said some crazy stuff to me. So I'm not regretting what I just did, because this person definitely has a feeling about me. Casey, Jerry, Paul the Goat, and Letha, if you hear from them, let them know VAW asked about them. No doubt. Blumman, hello. Samantha left? Yes, she did. Yes, she did, sir. Hey, Casey Love. Lauren Stern, great. Yes. Casey Love, hello there. How are you? Hello, Finger Picked. Amos, what's up, brother? Jerry, good to see you. Good to see you too, man. Good to see you, my bro. Amos CBT. Can't believe I'm not getting my daily dose of Jimmy Kimmel anymore. I know, right? I know. Finger Pick. Somebody's happy to see you, brother. Yeah, we're winning the culture war, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. What did Samantha do? LOL, what I missed. Damn, it too late. It's all good. Nah, my thumbnail had a picture of me up there. Long story short, had a picture of me up there. And she says, is that supposed to be you, Jerry? And I kind of was like, oh, well, who's it supposed to be? And blah, blah, blah. And then she, said something else like, oh, I have no idea. Like, not, my daughter made the thumbnail. And my daughter was like, Daddy, how's it look? Does it look okay? And blah, blah, blah. And when you're a father and you have a daughter, especially, you're very protective of your daughter. You know what I mean? And for her to, she just kept egging it on, and so was I, by the way. I'm not, and I think the appropriate thing would have been to say was, "Oh, well, my bad, I was joking. My bad, I'm sorry." You know what I'm saying? But clearly, she wanted to keep going, and I did too, a little bit. And then she started saying some stuff like, "Oh, you're this type of person and that type of person." So I got rid of that, and then I just got some messages, and I'm like, "Oh, tell me how you really feel." So that's good. Thank you for letting me know how you really feel. So that's what happened, Benjamin. Good to see you, brother. Let me put you on the wheel, man. But again, me and this person really didn't get along, anyways. She said a few things I didn't like, anyways, a few times. So, Maddie, what's up? Good to see you, Maddie. You're walking in the thick of it. But I don't know. Personally, and this is one of my character flaws about me. I'm kind of a and again, I'm working on this and I pray on this. I'm kind of a combative person. When somebody like does something to me, I kind of like come back at them even harder. Because when I was a kid, I was really small and skinny, and I used to get bullied a lot when I was in kindergarten and first grade. I was really, really small and skinny, and I had some of the older kids for some reason just liked picking on me. You know what I mean? So I had to, you know, defend myself, and I got beat up a lot. Because my grandma told me if you don't defend yourself, and if I find out, you're not doing anything about it, I'm gonna whoop your butt. So I always had to. Basically, I used to get beat up probably 2-3 times a week at school. When I was in first and second grade, I had these fifth and sixth graders and fourth graders messing with me all the time. And once they knew they had an easy target of a kid that they liked to beat up and gang up on, they just kept doing it for some reason, these group of kids. But I end up, when I got a little older, I got them back. Happy Friday, everyone. Bless. Yes. FP Amos. Boom. Amos, good to see you. Maddie Larina. The Andrew Tate hair is okay. She gone. LOL. Yeah, she didn't like him for sure. But then she said she didn't have a problem with him. But then she'd always say something about him every time I played him. So, and I like Andrew Tate. Hey, Maddie is here. Click the like, fam. Thank you, Sharper. Samantha wanted all the smoke, huh, bro? I don't know what she wanted, man. She claimed that she was just joking, but I don't know. Jerry, that thumbnail's awesome. Thank you very much. My daughter made that. So thank you very much, Stephen. Just finished my freshly harvested corn for loaded corn chowder. Yummy with. Yes. Good to see you, Maddie. Hi, little Coco. Finita, corn chowder. I think the thumbnail looks good, but you should have your daughter do one and use sunglasses. It would look sick. Okay. If I'm walking, maybe one that I'm walking around. Because I'm at my desk, I don't have sunglasses. But that's a good idea, man. Hola, Coquito. You have character flaws, Jerry? A lot of them. Bullies suck ass. Yeah. Yeah. So I've been always like a combative person, and I don't like to fight, which is weird. Like I generally don't like to fight, right? Because every time I get into a fight, I feel terrible about it. I feel terrible when I lose a fight because I feel bad because I got beat up and I'm hurt. But then if I beat somebody up because of my compassion, I feel bad that I beat them up. So it's like I hate fighting, but I always get myself into it like a dummy. You know what I mean? Because my grandma always said, if you don't stand up for yourself, blah, 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 which is not good. I haven't had a fight in a long time. And I'm not no tough guy either. Great motion with 1541. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that very much. That's a big donation. Bullies are pathetic. I was bullied too until I fought back. Yeah, well, they kept bullying me even when I fought back. Sharper. So, but it helped me. When you lose, it helps you. And you start seeing their weaknesses and stuff. You know what I mean? I love Andrew. Traditional man is what we need in generation of softies. Yeah. Benjamin, hey. And plus, I don't really trust people that I've never really seen before. And this person always like hides their face and they don't like, I don't even know if that person's a girl or not. I've never seen them. I've never seen their face. I get it, privacy and stuff like that, but I don't know. Just weird vibes from that person. Benjamin, hey. We back. Yeah, it's Cryptomania guy. What's up, brother? But, she's God's children. I love her. I pray for her. Hope she's okay. Get that dislike out of her heart. I don't want to say hate. I'll say dislike. Finita reminding me it's almost clam chowder season as well. Come on, fall. Do your thing. Yes. And Benjamin, how are you? CMG and Benji. Boom, boom. My mom always said you can't start a fight, but you can finish it. Yes. Yes. My grandmother, if I'm telling you, and she whooped me early in my life. What's wrong with masks? Nothing's that, man. Nothing, man. Nothing. She would whoop my butt if I didn't fight back and I let somebody beat me up. She just would not let me do it, man. She would not let me not fight back. Anyways, Emily wins 318. Let's see who can win 319. Or did I do 319 already? Satman's in the house. Don't bring your girl around Satman either, by the way. I ever told you guys that? Do not bring your girl around Satman. Guys, you guys already know. And if you don't, take a look.
Thank you. I couldn't have saved Lois without your help. I'm aware of that.
Go to the moon. Outside with my niggas, we doing the most. Grabs on the table, yeah, I been gone. At the base and shorty, she tryna put it over. Keep steady, I told her I'm on one. Tryna make me be the bad guy. Telling people that bitch you a damn love. Call me an ex, young nigga feeling paralyzed. When you don't go, can't stop, fuck a red light.
Bruce Wayne, he was with me when Joker... Is he alright? Do you know?
He's fine. Just fine.
I throw 150 for the nails. I might put a bad bitch.
He'll save your girl, but he'll take your girl at the same time. So do not have your girl be saved by Satman, please and thank you. We're in the times that, quote unquote, words are violence. And when I was a kid, sticks and stones could hurt my bones, but words can't hurt me. Exactly. Exactly. VHF, congratulations. You're the winner, VHF. What you want to do? You did 319.18 sharper, 19, Trent. 18 sharper, 19, Trent. Jerry, I'm about to head to work, brother. Keep being great. Thumbnails just as awesome as you and your daughter. Thank you. Love you guys. Good night, everyone. No doubt. She's still working on it. But thank you, VAW. Appreciate you, man. Good to see you, man. Always. But I got a funny feeling this person will still be a viewer. I have a few people that I've gotten rid of, and they still hang around. For some reason, I don't know. They call me all these names, and I'm this kind of bad person and that, but they always hang around, though, which is weird. And then I get messages telling me, I'll say this. I'll say, yeah, I know certain people watch me and stuff like that. And then a few hours later, well, just to let you know, they'll send me a message. Just to let you know, I'm not watching you. Somebody told me you said that somebody was watching. I'm like, tell me you're watching me without telling me you're watching me. Okay? Like, come on, man. Congrats, VHF. Hey, Rizna. VHF. The way he said he's fine sounds a bit like a slap in the face to me, right? He's angry, Sean. So true, Blunt man. The wheel, you asked if you already did 319. Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah, Sharper gave it to Emily. Right? Sorry about that. Kramer? Yeah, Sharper, and then 318. You did 319. 18 Sharper. 319 Trent. Okay. Trent won 319. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Did Trent give his away? Or what? Kramer saying I won 390. VHF would be 320. Okay. And Trent, okay. That's where I got confused. I didn't write Trent's name down. Usually Trent gives his away. So I'll put Trent. And then let me know, VHF. Oh, give him the M. I was distracted. Okay. Cool. You look like an idiot on that thumbnail in cartoon form. Laughing emoji. Huh. Okay. Well, at least you say it's me. Now, see, I can do this, guys. You look like an idiot on the thumbnail in cartoon. Is that right, the troll? Because somebody said that wasn't even me, man. Give it to Casey. All right. Give it to Casey. All right. Give him the M. I was distracted. All right. Let me see if I got Casey's. Casey, you're the winner, ma'am. Let me see if I got your Casey, what's your name on was it Maya? Casey? 88 radio. That good that you don't have problems like that with your viewers, right? That was funny. That was funny. That was funny. You look like an idiot on that thumbnail in a cartoon form. Laughing emoji. And we know him. You know how he is. So let's finish the rest of this real quick.
It never ended that way with him. He was smart enough and
Yeah, we did, Sin. We did. I think it was Maya, and she's using Primal, Sin. But I just want to double check to make sure. But yeah, I think we did, Sin. Thank you, brother.
and had enough class that he could debate without dueling.
Insulting.
I really respected how he constantly put himself in environments where he felt like the outlier. Like he went to that English college or
Yes, that's how you do it. That's a good one. I got no problem with that, man. You know what I mean? Thank you, Sir Sat, man. That was funny, man. Never thought I would say this, but the troll, that's how you do it. Yeah. I mean, that was a funny one. You know what I mean? I'm always battling people in the chat, even VHF for sure. They just don't stalk me after, I don't think. Yeah, well. I don't know what it is about me, Jor. People just like get so butthurt with me, man. Man is a professional troller. He knows how to do it right. He does, man.
University, Cambridge. Yeah, he did I think he did Jubilee, and so he was really bold in his ability to step into a room and be the person who he said he was, which I really respected.
Me too. He was absolutely brilliant. I mean, the guy was absolutely brilliant. And
people say that the thumbnail is a you because the cartoon looks slightly slimmer, he says. Huh. Slightly slimmer. Oh, man. Is that why the troll? I don't know. I actually, let me see. Can I see it up here? Let's see. Slightly slimmer, huh? I don't know. What you think? This is the picture. This is the famous picture everybody's talking about, guys. Right there, by the way. We battle respectfully and honestly, though. Hey, Jor? Yeah. The troll must be childless. Just in time. If I had to guess, he's a 40-something-year-old dude that plays video games. If I had to guess. So. But yeah, there it is. God, Family, Country, Bitcoin. And LOL, yeah. And he says, people say the thumbnail's in you because the cartoon looks slightly slimmer, he says. Huh. That thumbnail is lit. I think so. Thank you, Afia. I think so. I think she did a pretty good job with it. You know, she's got the Bible and the cross right here. She's got the family right here. She's got the Bitcoin right here. Then again, we don't know who this is supposed to be. Is this supposed to be you? And then the American flag in the background, Freedom live stream with Jerry Loves Freedom. I mean, she encapsulated everything that we're about here. And slightly darker. Maybe that's you in the hotter months, LMFL. Yeah. Well, I'm about that color, but I got the light on me right now. So, but I'm a brown skinned dude, you know what I mean? That lives in his mom's basements, as she says. I too have a daughter. I get it. Yeah. So, yes. I heard there are no ladies on the internet. You're right. Right, Sean. Definitely need the sunglasses to protect people from your laser eyes. That's right, Steven. Was it fake Mo? She did great. Yes, it was her. It was. You are so funny. Thank you. She cooked with the new thumbnail. Big fan, Jerry. Yeah, and she did it quick, too. She did it pretty quick. And so she's like, this is just a rough draft, and she's going to make it better. I said, can you make it any better than that? You know, I don't know. I love the thumbnail, straight up. Thank you. I think I'm going to keep this for the live stream. I mean, I miss fake Mo. I miss her, too, man. We talk every day on FaceTime, though. She definitely misses her nephew, though. She tries to pretend like she's calling for me, but she only wants to talk to Tiba. White balance on the camera is a fun battle in my room. White balance on the camera? Oh, yeah. Hello, friend. Sonny, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Welcome back in. Sonny Verma. Speaking of a family, man, good to see you, brother. How are you? She's done a great job with the thumbnail. I like it. Thank you very much, Sean. Yeah, I like what she did with it. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's an AI generated stuff. You know what I mean? And you know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I guess she put a picture of me and put it in there, and that's what came out. You know. Hi, Sonny. Sonny, how are you? Hey, Sonny. You know. So there it is, guys. Let's see where we're at with these. Okay, let's do Casey Love 321. Let's do 321. See who can win that one. Philly, Philly. Congratulations. You are the winner, Philly, Philly. Make sure I didn't miss any zaps. You know, I seen a video from Jor, and I haven't seen it. I mean, I've seen the video. Great job, Ray Ray. Yes, thank you, Sin. Appreciate that. That thumbnail says, I love my dad and know what he's about. I think so too. So again, so when I first see that second comment saying, is that supposed to be you? You know, I'm like, what? And this person already has annoyed me several times. I'm just like, oh man. 21 Greg. Woohoo. I found the issue, Jerry. You're missing a star on that flag for Canada. Yes, that man. The thumbnail should have been listed. God, food, more food, country, Bitcoin. God, food, more food, country, and Bitcoin. Huh? Okay. Philly, congrats. Celebrating today. A wife passed her board, so took the family out. Nice, man. Congratulations. I remember you telling me about that. Tell her we all said congratulations, bro. That's a big accomplishment, man. Congrats, Greg. So is Samantha gone for good or just a timeout? Well, I wasn't going to ban her for good, but what she said in this message, she kind of banned herself. You know, she told me how she feels about me, which means she always felt this way about me. And the only way I felt about her, I just thought she was annoying. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's not going to come back. She's not coming back. Philly times 2. Boom, boom. Sad man. Woohoo. Thanks, Jerry. No doubt. Wait, Philly's times 2. He won twice? Oh, Philly. Oh, okay. That's nice, Sonny. Congrats to the wife. Yes. LOL, troll. Congrats to your wife, Sonny. Congrats to Mrs. Verma. Thank you. No doubt, man. Congrats to the wifey, son. Absolutely, Sonny. Incredible accomplishment, man. 322. Let's do it. Sin, I think I might need a bodyguard for real in Vegas now. Speaking of Sin. Sheesh. What she was saying to me in that thing, I could call the people on her and say, hey, look at this, guys. Ooh, man, that's angles. And she tells me to go send my message out on your live if you wish to. Oh, no, I ain't gonna put that out there, Samantha, because I know you're listening, Samantha. I'm not gonna read that out loud. Wow, tell me how you really feel. But I think what's gonna happen is she's gonna make another account and come here and pretend like she's somebody else. Sensei, congrats, Sensei. Congrats, Sensei. Congrats, Sensei. Well, I'll take those sats. 100. I'll take these 100 sats as my retainer. Yes, man. Let me know what you're charging, bro, because I'm gonna need you, man, for real. Congrats, Singles. I got some people that just can't stand my ass, boy. But hey, I'm not Mr. Innocent. Is it raining outside? Sin's the winner. Head of my security. 322. 323. Let's do it. Yes, slow buddy. Gang, Sin. LMFA. Hey, buddy. Let me get him some snacks real quick, guys. Let me play the rest of this video, and we'll be right back.
You know, I've always said for like the last 10 years that this country is more political than it's ever been. I mean, you have kids talking about this shit. I didn't even know who the governor was when I was fucking 30. You know what I mean? And now you got kids that are 16 arguing over politics. But it's not good. I think it's really bad. I think, you know, everybody's weaponizing politics. You saw it with Trump. Now you see it with Charlie Kirk, and the world lost its mind 7-8 years ago, and everything just started getting fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude.
How much of that do you think is social media?
A lot of it is social media, no doubt about it. I mean, we see things and hear things that, you know what we knew fucking 25 years ago? What the news told us.
Yeah,
What we
yeah,
right, exactly.
yeah.
Like if he fucking told me a story, right? I'd either have to believe him or I'd have to go to the library, look up the Dewey Decimal System and see if there's a fucking book on it that I could read to see if he was right?
Yeah.
Now you just pick up your phone and fucking chat GPT, or you know, and it's you can find out everything, and most of the information we're fed
Is wrong.
is wrong. There's stuff on there and it's only going to get worse with AI. You know, you don't know what's real and what's not real, and it seems like people get a lot angrier now than they did in the past about this type of stuff. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it does seem like that. I wonder why. I feel like potentially this is just a hypothesis, but maybe because there seems to be maybe more strength in community online, because if there's someone who thinks like you, or there's you like-minded, whether your thoughts are fucking preposterous or not, and by the way, that's even an opinion, you can gather with people who identify the same way
You can be a
do,
part of
think
something.
the same way you do, and it's nice to be a part of something. And then obviously, like, your algorithm will target you a certain way, right? Like your algo is all fighting. My algorithm is fucking Pokemon cards. But like you get sucked into this. It's like a self reaffirming belief system where everyone is just telling you the same thing, and you're only being fed that
It's
information.
called a silo.
A silo. So when you get confronted with an opposing viewpoint and you're not exactly equipped to handle it, it may lead to none other than just like, I don't know how to express myself, so I'm angry,
Right.
and that anger manifests itself in really ugly
Violence
ways.
and all, it's true. And you know what? When I was growing up, I'm 56. When I was growing up, they put people in fucking nut houses. Okay, when you were fucking nutty, you went away.
Facts. There's a lot more crazy people in today's world. That's for sure. Facts. Steven is the winner. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Blunt man. Send retainer, LOL, right? Woohoo. Now I want to hear what she had to say about you, Jerry. No, you don't. Blunt man. Yes. Blunt man. Congrats, bro. You need an assistant, let me know, LOL. No. You can't guard me, man. It's your birthday, Lauren. So you cannot be a bodyguard during the birthday week, man. Cannot do that. Yes. Wish me luck. Lauren Stern for sure. Always need someone to have my 6. That's right. Saying I look like the bald cancer person and I can rear naked chokehold, be the unsuspected looking one. Yes. I'm confused, but that's normal. What Samantha is he talking about? Blunt man, 420. Yes. Satoshi's daughter. Yes. Oh, yeah. Satoshi has 1 son and 0 daughters. Yes. This might be an episode I'll check out. Not a Jake or Logan guy personally, but this one looks good. Yeah. Dana's base is shit, man. Now the nut house is college and Congress. Go figure. Yes, exactly. Hey, Gray, perfect timing. I missed the grippy socks. Me too. Sad man, I might have bought grippy socks on Amazon. Gray Motion, hello. What did I do, Fanny? I hope nothing. No, nothing at all. Hello, Gray Motion. I have a feeling that message would be triggering for a lot of us, and we all want to put on our gloves of speed and level 12 wizard hats. Yep. Let's see what happened here. We got a $1 purchase of 853 sats. For $1, 853 sats. We're going to be looking back. Yes, buddy. What? Thank you, buddy, but I'm working, okay? Okay. Go watch Superman, okay? I'm right here, buddy. Finita, I dig it. Nothing like a gray man or woman. Yes. That's right. All right, let's see here. 24. All right, let's do 324 and let's spin it and see who wants to get more. 324. Shane, you don't have grippy socks at work that may get misplaced. Backpacker, great. All you at all, but the only perfect time talking about being security for Jerry. Yes. Great motion. Hello, sir. Thank you for that big donation, Gray. Appreciate you. 324. Backpacker. So, I started really getting into politics probably around really deep diving into it in 2020. But I started waking up in 2010 and I started seeing some things and stuff like that. But I really started learning stuff in 2020. But I knew a lot of stuff too because I always liked it a little bit, but not like deep diving into it and kind of making it a part of my identity and stuff. And I want to be clear here, guys, on something, right? Because obviously I've changed my format here and stuff like that. And again, and I've told you guys this from the beginning, as you can see from the thumbnail, what my priorities are. And I love Bitcoin, and I think we should definitely focus on Bitcoin because it's the base layer of money. But in order to fix the base layer of money, I believe we have to fix the base layer of people in general and how they think and how they act. And regardless if Bitcoin is a good money or not, we have to make sure that people are, how can I say this? And again, you can't make people be smart or listen or something like that, but the people that are open-minded to listening to the other side. And again, it's not about a Democrat and Republican. I do say Democrats a lot because the powers that be, aka the puppet masters, they're the ones that are controlling the narrative and controlling our money and controlling a lot of things. But we're winning, and the firing yesterday of Jimmy Kimmel, that was a big deal, man. That was a big deal for the culture. It really was. And when you hear me talking about, politics and left and stuff like that, MAGA, what I'm really saying is there's a spiritual war going on. And now we have a man that is dead now. Okay. This is not a game anymore. Like someone died for our free speech. So not only did they attack a very, very good man in Charlie Kirk, which again, I'm not saying he's Martin Luther King or John F. Kennedy, but it brings it to light, right? It kind of reminds us of that. But it was an attack on free speech, and the way they did it, it was a public execution. That's what it was. They did it publicly. Now it could have been some lefty crazy boy that just got radicalized and did it on his own. Maybe there's a chance of that, but I highly doubt that. So these people that are in charge, we have to wake people up because the only way they can win is if they can do it in secret and nobody knows they're doing it. And Charlie Kirk was a problem for these people. And why was he a problem? Because he went to the belly of the beast, right? He went to these colleges. He went to places that woke people up. He went to the internet. He went to TikTok. He went to all these different places. And not only was he a great, great arbiter, communicator, but he came from a God perspective and he came from a common sense America first perspective. And a lot of kids that have been indoctrinated, because again, when you have these kids all in this chamber of liberal schools, liberal teachers, liberal friends, liberal communities, today's liberal, meaning woke stuff, they're in an echo chamber and they don't hear outside, quote unquote, noise to them. And they don't understand that there's other perspectives. And Charlie knew that. Charlie was very aware of that. So when he started Turning Point USA, when did he start it? He said 13 years ago. I think it was in 2012 he started it when he was 18 years old. He knew that he had to reach the young voter. And this is before, Trump came in office. This was during, Barack Obama's second term that he started this. And he goes, the country is going in the wrong direction. And he said, in order, to be a good entrepreneur or fix things, you have to fix a problem and come up with a solution. And that's what he did. And I'm gonna continue his work here in a different way. I have a microphone, I have a chair here, and I have a voice and a camera. And I want you guys to all do that too, because again, our society right now is rot. It's a rot society. Who would ever think in a million years that we'd be arguing about whether a woman can be a man or a man can be a woman or a man can have kids? You know, it's just gone too far. You know what I mean? And who would ever thought that we'd be celebrating by the hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people celebrating the death of a Christian man with a wife and 2 kids that was just exercising his right to speech? Who would ever thought that? So when I talk to you guys, I want you guys to understand where I'm coming at from the base layer is this. When I talk about the Democrat Party, it doesn't mean Republican good, because it doesn't. Republicans, a lot of them are weak, a lot of them are warmongers, and a lot of them are snakes and backstabbers. And they're establishment people that work for the same people that are manipulating and lying to the youth. And what we have to do is we have to open up people's eyes and say, you know what? It's not about voting Republican. It's not about being MAGA. It's about learning the truth, right? And then putting our foot on the necks of these people that that print the money, because that's part of the equation. Them printing money and lying to us and everything else. They lie about everything. And let them know that when you watch the news, it's a lie. And so the Democrat Party as a whole on the federal level has been captured. And that's what happened. They've gone so far off the spectrum to say these things about people. And even though they're not celebrating, quote unquote, the death of Charlie Kirk, you can just tell that these people are ran by a very, very evil and a demonic machine. Right. And that machine is late night TV that Stephen Colbert was part of and Jimmy Kimmel was part of, and now they're gone. You got a lot of the mainstream media still liberal and still not calling it down the middle. They're not calling balls and strikes. They're calling one way and not the other. And so right now we are winning, even though we lost a great, great man. We lost a fucking great man. I believe he did not die in vain. And I said that yesterday. I believe that his death, and he is a Christian man, so he's in a better place than us. In his death, he has spawned so many different Charlie Kirks, so many different ideals, so many different people waking up to the truth, people getting out of the lies. And I'm going to show you some of these people that are actually, sane people that have left the Democrat Party. Before I do that, let me get caught up with the comments real quick. And that's where we're coming from here on this channel. Okay, something happened on strike here, I think. You received 99 sats. Thank you so much. And that was Scotty. Hey, Jerry, got a spot for me on that wheel? I sure do, Scotty. Good to see you, man. How are you? Very good to see you, Scotty. Scotty loves the hotties, man. Loves the hotties. Scotty. 99. Got you, brother. Thank you. Get caught up. Great. The younger generation truly underestimate the power of old man strength. They sure do. Jen, I think this may be new crack. I haven't had even time to set them up yet, and I already want to buy a few more. Sat man, the ones from Amazon. Okay, what am I missing here? It's good, Greg. By the way, I just see my first. Okay. Wow, I'm way behind. Sorry, guys. Backpacker, woohoo, B-Pizzle, backpacker, boom. Sat man, had to swap mine for those one day when my feet got soaked in a downpour and they were the most uncomfortable suckers. Oh my goodness. Congratulations, backpacker. Congrats, backpacker. Good game. What's good, Greg? By the way, just received my bid axe. Okay, I guess you could say things are starting to get serious. Okay. Bitcoin is the best. I am sat lovers. Me too. Sat man, they were so bad. I went to the gift shop and bought 4 times overpriced slippers. Wow. We love you, Greg. Kiddo, say hi. Yes. Congratulations, backpacker. Yay, Cindy, you're moving on up. Thank you. No doubt. Jen, I only make the joke. I've never actually worn them. Even when I was in the hospital, I just went barefoot. Let's go, Sat man. The ones from Amazon are super comfy, though. Okay. Again, I think this may be my new crack. I haven't even had time to set them up yet. And I already want to buy a few more. Wow. So you got to tell me about those, man. I can do security for sure. This old man still practices hand-to-hand combat. A good skill to have, fan. That's right. Greatest younger generation. Truly underestimate the power of old man strength. That's right. Congratulations, Philly. Sin, very cool. Sin Diesel, you can actually make money on those, or is it just a lottery system? Can you? The woke echo chamber is the diametric opposite of the Satoshi echo chamber in a lot of ways. Exactly. Does that mean you're going to start debating purple hair dipshits on the streams? I would, Jor. Sure. Dipshits. I would. That would be legendary. I would do it for sure. Yes, they do, Sin. Jen, and they pull, you can dribble 48 sats a day or so. Oh, wow. Jerry, do you mean people with a uterus? Yeah, exactly. That's what they are. People with a uterus, not a woman. Jen, I see it more and more on the lottery side. I'm sure I could join a pool. However, I'd rather take that 1 in 150,000 chance or 15,000 chance. Plus, I'm more focused on having more skin in the game. I truly believe in. Nice. 88 Sats Radio. Congrats. Don't sell out to a pool for a few sats. We would enjoy that 88 Sats Radio joke. It's entirely circumstantial. Yep. Exactly. You know what's up. But it's something. Ain't that right, Jerry? Corey, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. How are you? Corey from Got Sats. Corey, I gave you a shout out the other day on somebody's channel. The Bitcoin Maxi's channel. He was talking about buying $1 a day. And I left him his link to your channel under his thing. His channel's growing quick too. Holy shit. Wow. What the hell? Jay, can I say this? Hello, Jay and Triple B's. Is Triple B's in the house? Wow. Jay, hell no. I can make a few sats daily on S-Miles Fold and here with you guys. I'm trying to be 1 in 15,000. Dollar General, Corey, Dr. DCA. Jay, thank you so much. I'm going to say it if you say something. Cool character thumbnail, Jerry. I dig it. Oh, thank you, man. Oh, so you knew that was me, huh? Hey, Emily, always. Listen, I just got a huge donation from Jay and Triple B. 25,000 sats. Sorry. 25,000 sats from Jay and Triple B. Thank you so much, Jay and Triple B. Holy shit, man. That's a huge donation. What in the heck was that for? Thank you so much, brother. That is very, very kind, man. That is very kind. Thank you. Hey, MZ. Always an army man, Gray. Hey, VHF. Thank you so much, Jay and Triple B. Wow. Holy crap, man. Thought I misread that. That is a big donation, man. Thank you so much. Jay and Sat, man, we give those to the vets visiting the VA for a 72-hour vacation rather than their own shoes. Wow. Great motion, sweet. Sanito. Lauren Stern, I tried to get my coworker to run me over today so I don't have to go back tomorrow. She didn't go for it. Message to Scotty99. I was informed that you entered Fanny and I into some drawing with Jor. Thank you so much. I don't know much about it. Thank you so much. Oh, that was very nice, Scotty. Corey, how are you? Thanks, Jer. I appreciate it. No doubt. Hey, Lauren. Cindy's, I got my highest on Fold today. 15 whole sats. Nice. Great motion. Are you Army as well? Jen, those days are the best. Yeah, I got 20, I think, this morning. If I say hi to Jay, I also say hi to Triple B as respectful. You sure do. Let me see what I got on Fold today. I think I got 20 today. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I didn't even do my spin today. 10 sats. Okay, let's see. Rewards. Spin Squad spin 45. I got 20. Spin Squad. Wow, Spin Squad spend. Okay, I've been getting some sats on the Spin Squad spend. 44 sats, 17 sats, 23 sats, 27, 40, 45 Spin Squad. That means when people I get in does it, I guess. Cindy, yes, usually at 5 or 10 or that 5 times referral. I love that. Yes, sir, I am. You? I'm not going to complain, though. I love my free sats. Absolutely. I either get 5 sats or 0 on Fold. Oh, wow. All right, let's check this out. This young lady's channel is called Angela Rose. She does really good work, this young lady. And she's going to show you some videos of people saying no mas to the Democratic plantation in the party. Sane people that are waking up. So without further ado, Jen, I usually get 5 to 10 as well. Love the 5, 15, 20, 25, and 5x spin squad days. Yes. Retired Army as well. Great. Nice. Without further ado, let's take a look.
Party. I no longer have an depressed mindset.
Leftists.
Since leaving the Democratic Party, I no longer have an depressed mindset.
Leftists are turning right.
This was the day that I decided I'm never voting Democrat again. I cannot stand with you people anymore. Although there's a lot of people on the right that I disagree with. Looking at your comments, gross. I don't want anything to do with you. Find Christ.
Interestingly enough, they are finding Christ, as we have seen across our nation. So many young people have gathered in prayer. So Democrats are not just turning away from the left, they are turning away from evil and turning back to God. And everybody recognizes this.
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, dog.
And that's what I'm saying, man. I believe the Demoncrat, the Decepticon party with the Transformers over there, I believe those are some godless people. Except the black folks. The black folks do go to church, but again, a lot of them are lost, man. And again, it ain't about being a Republican. You know what I mean? And I asked my black friends and family members, people that look like me, I said, if you believe in God, I said, how can you be a Democrat today? You know, and I'm being serious. Like, are you for this and this and this and this? No, I'm not, but Trump's bad because they painted Trump into Satan. So when you believe someone is that bad, they will give up a lot of their church morals and their Christian values because Trump is bad. And that's what they do. And again, that's why I tend to defend Trump a lot, because a lot of these people are so delusional and so Trump deranged that they don't care what the Democrats do bad. They will still stay there because Trump is the devil, he's a Nazi, and he's Hitler.
Everybody recognizes this.
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, dog. Democrats, man, y'all cooked, bro. I'm talking about, man, I be looking at my news feeds, man. I posted that shit about black and white conservatives coming together. Man, I had Asians coming in that thing, Latinos coming in that thing. I even think I seen like an Armenian American. Blur. Listen, man, y'all might want to just start all the way over.
Yeah, hit the reset button. The Democrats, I don't think the Democrats, honestly. Now, this Charlie Kirk thing, I think has absolutely screwed these people up during the midterms, right? Because again, as Bitcoiners, now listen to me, as Bitcoiners, you do not want Democrats in office, guys. I'm telling you, you don't want that. Now, is Trump a shitcoiner? Is Trump not doing the strategic Bitcoin reserve as fast as we want and sending it up through Congress and buying Bitcoin at the rate that we want them to, and not showing the reserves and stuff? Sure, they are. But again, he did the main thing, and that's the number one thing I wanted him to do, was stop selling Bitcoin. And he did that. You know what I mean? Because that would have flooded the market and everything else. We do not want the Demoncrat Decepticon party in power. Because again, these people are evil and they hate our country. You know what I'm saying? I know we love Bitcoin, but me personally, I love my country a little bit more than Bitcoin. And I don't want my country to be ruined by these demons, man, in my personal opinion.
Just go ahead and sit out for these little 20 years. Let the people get back, back where they want to be, and forget that y'all snakes, and then y'all try to sneak back in. But as of right now,
Sin says something interesting. Our people loves us some Jesus. The problem, they also listen to whatever preacher pork chop says. And most preachers are easily corrupted by the Dems or are lifelong Dems themselves. Exactly. These black churches, man, don't even get me started with this, Sin. I will do an 1.5-hour podcast talking about black churches. Oh, man. I might have to do a Bumble video on that one. You are absolutely right, Sin. Scotty, yes, thank you. We watch your show in the evening. Thursdays are appointment days for us, but very kind of you. That was very nice. Hey, Adam, what's up, brother? Adam and Lori, how are you? Good to see you guys, man. Very good. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4. Adam and Lori. Sweating and smiling. Adam and Lori. See, sweating and together. Very good to see you, sir and ma'am. Together. Yeah. And as far as like people waking up, people are already waking up in 2024. Do you see how many Latinos voted for Trump? Latinos, law-abiding Latinos do not like illegal immigrants, okay? They do not like that stuff, man. Sweating and smiling together. How are you both? Let's see how many Dems run in 2026 will condemn the extreme left. None of them. They can't, Sin. Let me tell you why they can. We're going to learn about this stuff. This party, the Democrat Party, Sin, and I'm not telling you this. I know you know this. They've gone so far left. Again, even the establishment Democrats, the Chuck Schumer wing, the Hakeem Jeffries wing, they're all far left. Now they're not the lunatic left, but they've radicalized their base so much that they can't, because they're losing so much power anyways. They lost the House, the Senate, and the executive branch. They've lost so much voting power, and their poll numbers and their ratings are down so far that they can't piss off the socialists. They can't piss off the extreme left and the Marxists and the communists and the radicals and the lunatics over there. They can't, because if they do, again, if you're not 100% lockstep with the lunatics, look what they did to Cenk Uygur a few months ago. Now he's far left. We're gonna get in Piers Morgan too. He's far left. He hates Bitcoin. He hates this and that. He hates Trump. He's TDS, but he didn't go far enough. You know what I mean? Anna Kasparian allegedly left the Democrat Party, even though she worked for the Young Turds, and they've gone too far. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be wild. I think it's gonna be decades. The Democrat Party has to hit the reset button and go, we can't do this, because Gen Z is cooked. Okay, most of these kids that I've already been indoctrinated, even generation, what is it, Alpha, the one after that, Sin, I think they may be cooked too. I don't know. There's some base kids over there, but these kids don't care, man. They don't care. Woohoo, Lauren and Gray. Hey, sweating and smiling. If you do, I may have to join you, Jerry. Yes, I would love that. Very much appreciate all of our veterans in here. Buckaroo, salute. Finger red number 1. Yes. Don't get to hear that much anymore, Emily. What'd she say? Oh yeah. Hola, sweating and smiling together. No, they don't. The Fox on 4Chain predicted this years ago. End of D party. The Fox on 4Chain. Okay, did he? It's an honor, sir. The thing is, the majority of those that actually vote are not extreme. Thus, they now have a 2026 dilemma. Yeah. Let me tell you something. They lose this. If they lose this 2026 midterm, which I'm predicting they will, they're done for years. You know, you got JD Vance. I mean, who is the number one Democrat right now? Like, who is the leader of that party? Right now, it's looking like the socialists are winning. It's looking like Zoran Mondami is the leader of the Democrat Party. Quiet as kept. Emily, nice. You know the cultural difference between Army and Marines. Impressive, yes. Foundry won 7 of the last 10 blocks. Oof, they are partying and running the bell at Foundry. Okay. Foundry won 7 of the last 10 blocks. Ooh, they are partying and running the bell. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Had a Dem friend tell me she had enough. She is leaving the party. She asked, as quote unquote, as a Republican or a conservative, what do I need to hate? I want to do it right. What do you even say to that? LOL. Just say you love. You don't hate anything as a conservative or a common sense person, because that's what conservatives are today. Conservative means common sense. Democrats mean demons. Dumb or stupid. Demons or Satan. These people are evil, man. You don't have to hate anything. Again, the Democrat Party stands for nothing today in 2025. They are the anti-Trump party. Every time one of them Democrats, one of the leaders of the Democrat Party, are asked a question, what do they say? They always go back to what? Trump bad. That's all their answer to freaking everything, man. And people are like, okay, so what are you going to do about it? We've already seen what you did the last 4 years. Nothing, and ruin our country. Again, we could all get together. All of us get together and go, let's try to ruin the country as best as we can. And Sin's pretty smart. Sin, Jor, all of us. We could not come up with a better plan than what the Biden administration did from 2021 to 2025. Glad I tried to put the gift basket together. Have to reorder the shrink wrap bags. Too small. Oops. Yep. The Democrats want a central bank digital currency. That's what they want. They want slavery, and they want the 2030 agenda. That's what they want. Okay? And the WEF, you think they're in charge of the quote unquote MAGA party? I don't think so. You know, the 2030 agenda was faltered when Trump won the election in 2016. He was not supposed to win that election. And when he did, that screwed them up, right? Hillary Clinton was supposed to be the president the last 2 cycles, 2016 through 2017 through 2025, but she didn't win. And once she didn't win that first time, because they screwed over Joe Biden in 2016 because he was supposed to run, but that's for another story. And again, that's what they did to Bernie Sanders. Again, I don't like Bernie Sanders, but they did that to Bernie Sanders, right? These last 2 election cycles, not this one, but the 2 before that, Hillary Clinton was supposed to be having us on our way to the 2030 agenda, right? So we got 4.5 years to get there. So they're going to try to do everything they can to grasp their power, guys. And they just killed Charlie Kirk. And a lot of these conservative influencers are like, yo, what are we going to do about this? And a lot of these dudes that are armed and ready and stuff like that, they're getting tired of this stuff, man. You know what I mean? So we have to stand up to this stuff. Again, because they want a central bank digital currency. They want that. And they want absolute power, control, and slavery. That's what they want. Have to dad was in the army and brother in the Marines. Nice. Emily, that'll do. That'll do it. Yes. I had to laugh thinking, damn, where do I even start with this? LOL. Yeah, just tell her we're the party of love. We're common sense. We're common sense. The Bitcoin network wants you to produce as much energy as possible. Why? What are we here for? Yes, exactly. And thank you again, Jay. I really appreciate that donation, brother. I'm going to change my name to Emilia. Lauren Stern, tell her she should hate injustice, indoctrination, debasement of money, and most importantly, exploitation of our children. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. Well said, man. Modern day Democrats straight up hate the truth. Yes. In facts. Nice. If Hillary won, we would all be dead. That's what I'm saying. I know the saying that, you know, voting is like, what do they say? Voting is like wishing on, what is it? Making a wish list to Christmas or to Santa Claus or something like that. Voting, it really doesn't mean anything. You're not going to get anything out of it. That used to be true. Not now. Not since Trump. Trump has changed the game, guys. Okay? He just really has. The leaders of the Democratic Party are Gavin and AOC. Yeah. And what's that saying? You know what I mean? Legit, though. Yes. Yes, Jor. Yes, Jen. Cory Booker's dumbass is the only option they have, and that's a horrible option. All of them are horrible options. F. Hillary. Never forget Benghazi. Yes. Benghazi. Right versus vigils. Yes. I place myself firmly in the center of politics. I'm not left or right. I'm center and moderate. Nice. Nice. Yes, great motion. Kind of where I went to, Sin Diesel. Half of these comments are being censored. Wow. Adult version of Letter to Santa. That's what it is. Yes. Yep. Tons more getting blocked in a week ago. Yeah. A lot of people are saying that. I sent you a DM on Signal, Jor. I say that all the time and stand by. Haha. Well, I got to disagree with that, though, Jor. Not anymore. We got to vote, man. We got to vote, Jor. If all of us would have stayed home and Kamala would have won, I just noticed that too, Jor. Voting with a note is the only real vote we have. It's a vote, but I disagree with that, Jor. You know that. But I love you, though, brother. But definitely got to vote for J.D. Vance in the next thing. Just, you know, because if we take that attitude, Jor, and I'm not saying you can't say that, but if we take that attitude as voting doesn't count and stuff like that, then again, you know, we can't have AOC being our president. Not in America. Maybe it doesn't count in Canada, though. I don't know. I can't speak for you in Canada. Yes, Grego. People changed the game. Trump was a giant middle finger to the establishment narrative. Absolutely. Censoring. Wow. Up yours, YouTube, for censoring.
The Latino community, Asian community, Black community, white community, Armenian community. Dog, I done had Filipino Americans.
These people make me sick, man. They make me sick, Lauren. Absolutely sick. You know, my daughter is she's always laughs when I say that. Because she's just like counting down. She's like, I know he's going to say it. Because I be ranting, boy. Anybody that knows me in my personal life, I say it all the time. I mean, George voting in Canada, so he's not completely wrong. Yeah. I hear him. But I know what he's saying. I know what George's saying. You know what I mean? George's my boy.
in my inbox telling me they with it too.
It is honestly just such wonderful news because for many months, people have been concerned that, yes, Trump is president now, but what's going to happen 4 years from now if some random Democrat gets elected and they're just going to revert back to all of the old ways? But I think.
Ding, 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 ding. Did you hear what she just said? She just said exactly what we just said.
Trump is president now, but what's going to happen 4 years from now if some random Democrat gets elected and they're just going to revert back to all of the old ways?
What we need is we need a sane Democrat party. That's what we need. We need the Democrats to go back to the JFK Democrats. Because JFK, for those of you that don't know, JFK, I know you guys know this, he was not an establishment Democrat, guys. He was kind of like a Donald Trump, not to the extent and all the other stuff that comes with Trump, but he wasn't a regular guy. You know, just like I don't think Ronald Reagan was an establishment Republican. He was an outsider. You know what I mean? So, yes, I mean, George, yes. Jen, did you see Piers Morgan interview with Don Lemon? Is that what that says? Lemon, the troll? Yeah, I haven't voted for years. Bitcoin will outlast all political parties. Absolutely. Yeah, it will. It will. The pre-LBJ Dems, yes. We need to get back to that. You know what I mean? Even you know, as bad as we don't like Clinton, he wasn't that bad compared to these people. I mean, but yeah, pre-LBJ Dems. And don't even get me started with LBJ. Sin. JFK Democrat is MAGA. Exactly, Trent. Exactly. They would just disagree on a couple things, but get back to the center Democrats. They are so far off the charts, man. It's like, wow, you think these people that depend on the government, that believe everything they're told are going to buy Bitcoin and use Bitcoin because all they're going to tell you is Bitcoin's bad, Bitcoin's for drug dealers, Bitcoin for this, and they're going to believe them. We'll never get on a Bitcoin standard. Do you guys think the Dems will lose Fetterman soon too? Yes. Isn't it funny how Fetterman and God don't, I'm not making fun of him or nothing like that, but the man had a stroke and that woke him up. He became literally more sane after his stroke. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I hope so. 88 sats. Lauren Stern. If they keep going the current route, he may go indie. Yeah. He's married to Hillary. He's pretty bad, Jerry. Yeah, he is. Thinking that too, Sin. Yes. Hey, Jerry, thanks to LBJ, we only have about 140, exactly, 40 more years left to vote Democrat. If you know, you know. I'm going to have these niggas voting for 200 years, he said. I'm going to have these N-words voting for 200 years. And at this rate, Sin, I don't know. He might have been telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's so funny, Sin. Yes, sir, Jar. Don Moran, yeah. You guys want to see that? You want to see Don Lemon on Piers Morgan? If you do, I'll play it. What a joke, man. Don Moore, yeah, he is. And again, he's a gay man. Who cares, right? You're gay. You want to be gay. That's fine. But he tries. What the thing is, Don Lemon, yes, he tries to pretend like he's not a lefty. He just pretend. He used to do that on CNN too. You know what I mean? And another one, Chris Cuomo. I'll never forgive Chris Cuomo for what he did during 2020. During the George Floyd riots. I cannot stand Chris Cuomo. Now, again, his brother, I don't like his brother that much either. His brother's the reason I left New York, Andrew Cuomo. But I'd rather him be the mayor of New York City than stupid-ass Mondami. Me personally. Mondami, if what's his name? Eric Adams doesn't drop out of the mayor race, Mondami is going to be the mayor of New York City. We're going to have a socialist, a full-blown socialist who hates America, who hates cops, who hates capitalism, is going to be the mayor of the most famous city in the world and the most famous city we have in our country, New York City. And the left is gone. They're gone. They're a socialist party at that point. They are right now. I think they're about, if I had to guess, Democrats are about 60% socialist right now. Maybe 70. I don't know. Jerry out here banning regulars and calling us gay. What a it says so out loud too. Yes, he doesn't even lie, Jor. Hey man, that was coming though, Jor. That was a long time coming. So New York will become Gotham for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've been saying the left is like a snake eating itself for years. They are imploding. God is great, fam. And the one thing about the Democrats, because they're imploding on themselves now, these boys stick together, man. I'm saying, Jor, these boys stick together. Let's finish the rest of this.
But I think that this insane and very drastic change is not going to allow a Democrat back in office for quite a long time. And somebody like J.D. Vance could become president. And Charlie Kirk could have been a candidate for president as well. And now that that is taken away from us, I think people are really going to look for a leader that at least aligns with the values that Charlie Kirk had. Here is another example. This guy, he says, my entire life I voted Democrat. Here you have a picture of him with Obama, and it says today he is a registered Republican. We also have Young Hoon, who has the world's highest IQ, stating that he is standing in Christ and for freedom, and that he is joining
Wow. The man with the highest IQ, I guess on record, holder standing in Christ and for freedom. I joined Turning Point USA. Now is the time to rise and fight for truth. Thank you, Charlie Kirk. I mean, need we say more, guys? Need we say more? All right, I'm done for the day. Y'all have a good night. All right, brother. We love you, Sandy. Thank you, man. We appreciate you, bro. Smartest man in the world says, I'm leaving. I'm leaving the. I'm gonna be with Charlie Kirk and Turning Point. Love it.
and that he is joining Turning Point USA. Here is another example.
You know, I've been actions of some people around me, people that I love dearly, and will continue to for forever. But after today, I can't be silenced anymore. Charlie Kirk was a man who helped me 4 or 5 years ago, helped me get out of a very dark place. A dark place that you can see a lot of people are still in. Just go on any social media and scroll, you'll see it. But to honor him, I'm no longer going to be silent and damn the consequences. I'm going to stand up for what's right. And as of 4 months ago, I am a believer again, truly.
I mean,
wow. Isn't it funny how when you leave the Democrat Party, you start going to church? Isn't that funny? As a Gen Z, I believe Charlie was killed because the youth was listening to him and he had our attention. That's exactly why he got killed, brother. Of course, Philly. Great points. Young Hoon, yes. Rest in paradise, Charlie. Absolutely. And the powers that be can't have that. They cannot have that. They cannot. We're gonna watch some left wing stuff too, guys. I know you don't like that, but I'm gonna show you the biggest propagandist in my opinion. And I'm telling you, I want you to keep an eye out on this kid. I told you about him last week. This kid is definitely dangerous. He's a liar. He's a propagandist, and he's good. He is the discount Charlie Kirk. I told you about him before. His name is Adam Mockler. He's getting a lot of views on his videos. He's got 1.57 million subscribers. I don't know if they're real subscribers, but he's doing work, man. He's doing work, and he's one of those dudes that is going to be reckoned with. And again, he's a penny on Charlie Kirk's $100 bill. But yeah. As meaning you got caught. I mean, you see his thumbnail. Shut it down. I watched this one. Breaking news. Trump drops Charlie Kirk bombshell. Let's see what he had to say in this one. Let's see.
Breaking news. There's an all-out attack on the media coming from the highest levels of government. Donald Trump just celebrated the cancellation of Jimmy Kimmel's late night show after Kimmel made innocuous, not even harmful or offensive remarks about Charlie Kirk's death. Now, right-wing media is celebrating cancel culture to another degree, and Donald Trump is using the power of his presidency not only to put pressure on these.
Okay, Gray. Thank you for the zap, bro. I appreciate you, man. Gray, you out here too? Every American who had the ability to reach millions got the government treatment. Bang, bang. It's not a coincidence. The Great Reset. Yep. Exactly. Gray, with a name like Mockler, dude was planted, just my opinion. Yeah. I mean, he is a spin artist, boy. Like, if you're stupid enough to listen to this kid,
companies to cancel their late night shows, but he's now calling for the cancellation of Seth Meyers.
See, the thing is, when you use the word cancellation, buddy, what's up? Yeah, give me a hug. Working. Papa's on TV. Okay. When you use the word cancellation, right? What they're doing, those are buzzwords, right? You're not getting canceled, right? For breaking company policy or doing something. Because again, they're the ones that told us that companies have the ability to fire whoever they want. This is not the government. This is not a free speech issue, right? It's a company policy. And if you're alienating more than half the country, and then you're making fun of somebody's death and you're lying, that's not a cancellation, Adam. And you know that, right? Because what they have to do is his whole channel is based on Trump is bad, Trump is evil, Trump is Satan, and all Trump is doing is trying to be an authoritarian. So if you hear this over and over and over again, this is why we got to break this narrative, right? We got to defeat these people and expose their lies.
And of Jimmy Fallon, meaning Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel have already been canceled.
Yes, very familiar with him. I watched Luke Beasley. Yes, this dude, Adam Mockler, he's on Midas Touch. He's their poster boy for Midas Touch. So, yes, I know all about Midas Touch. I know about Luke Beasley. And again, people say, why do you listen to these people? I don't live in an echo chamber, right? Because if you listen into an echo chamber and you only listen to people you agree with, me personally, this is how I feel. When you listen to people that agree with you, you're just getting confirmation bias, right? And I'm not saying these people are 100% wrong, but I listen to them so I can get context and figure out what the other side is doing. And maybe I'm wrong. And I let me see what they're saying. You know what I mean? Cancellation culture. They came up with the connotation behind cancel. Exactly. They come up with it. And again, the pendulum is swinging the other way, Maddie. Look at that Adam's apple. I just want to karate chop that shit. Imagine the blue sky bandits who ran from Twitter because cancel culture was canceled on Twitter, waxing poetically about the right pushing cancel culture. Exactly. I'm thinking about starting an account with Blue Sky just to infiltrate and see what they're talking about. Sorry has to be said. While I don't agree with him, he talks pretty well for it.
Trying to cancel 2 more late night shows. Not only do I want to break down Donald Trump's posts, but Sinclair Broadcasting themselves, the media conglomerate Sinclair that owns a lot of local and national stations, is calling for some insane stuff as it relates to Charlie Kirk. They want to put a pro Charlie Kirk segment in the place of Jimmy Kimmel. Like, what? It makes zero sense.
It actually does make sense, Adam. Here's why. Because that network platformed a man basically shitting on a man that died and lying on top of. You made a joke about the man dying. You made a joke about how Trump was quote unquote grieving about it, and then you lied about who killed him. So what the network is doing is the network came to Jimmy Kimmel and go, look, man, not only do you need to apologize, but you need to write a letter saying you're sorry write a letter, say it on air, and donate some money. And Jimmy Kimmel said, I'm not doing any of that. He says, okay, well, now we're going to do it. And we're going to show good faith that, yeah, Jimmy did that on his own. We fired him, and now we're going to do this. So it does make sense, Adam. Don't get me up here, guys, debating these fools. These dipshits crying after what they did the last 4 years is hilarious. Yes, the pendulum is swinging the other way, VHF, and they don't like it, right? Can you imagine if this was going on in 2022? Jimmy Kimmel wouldn't have got fired. Stephen Colbert wouldn't have got fired. But again, Jimmy Kimmel is a propagandist, guys. All these late night hosts, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, they're propagandists. They went from guys like Jay Leno, who else? Johnny Carson. What's my boy's name? The man with the red hair. You know him, the funny guy. Who was the other one? David Letterman. They went from being in the middle, making fun of everybody, to just Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. And we can't have that, man. You know, you got to draw in the whole country. When we work all night, late at night, and then we eat dinner, we watch our TV shows, and then we get into bed with our wives or our husbands, we want to laugh late night and have a good time, not just say Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad all night. But we were canceled for not using pronouns. Exactly, Maddie. Tell him again, Maddie. Exactly, man. My pronouns are USA. USA. Solar Satoshis, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. How are you? Welcome back. Solar Satoshis. Welcome back in, sir. See where we're at with the spins. All right, let's do a couple spins real quick. Let's break up the monotony real quick. Let's do 325, Jenny. See who wins that. Steven. Hey, Solar. What's up, Solar? This shouldn't even have to be explained. They need to figure out what's imaginary and what's real life. Exactly. Again, these people don't live in reality, Maddie. That's the problem. These people live on another planet. It's like literally when I talk to somebody, that they're living somewhere else, like in another galaxy or something. Solar Satoshi. Conan, yes. Yes. Solar Satoshi, how are you? A few years ago, I told some folks I knew who leaned left. They shouldn't praise cancel culture because it's a slippery slope. Then that will bite them in the ass. Yet here we are. Yeah, this is what you want to get. Because again, when you're in power, it's very easy to shit on people when you're in power, when you're sitting on top of the mountain. But what happens if you're only up there for 4 years and you have to come down the mountain? They lost all power. Again, they lost Congress and they lost the executive branch. And they're losing the culture war. And we're winning, guys. Madeline, congrats, Blunt man. We listen to the Dem spin, then watch Jerry spin. That's right. Gang, Blunt man. Congratulations. Steven, you still here? You still here, brother? Solar, salute. Johnny Carson was and always will be the best. Yes, absolutely. Again, did you ever think about Johnny Carson, what his political beliefs were? Again, this is why I said we have to defeat the people that are up there. Right? The people that look down on us like peasants, they control everything. But if we tell people, hey, guys, listen, I get it. I know it's rough out here, but they're printing the money. They're lying to you. The television set, the TV program is lying and they're programming you. It's all nonsense. I miss old Jon Stewart when he posts both sides. Yes. They want him to run for president for Democrats. Sad man, what's going on how has fighting crime been? Roasted, yes. Oh, I miss old Jon Stewart when he roasted both sides, yes. Congrats, Plum. I got to get some water, guys. They can't turn around a word they created on us because we don't really care about who likes us and who doesn't. What's the difference? We don't need confirmation for who we are. This young lady's 21 years old, guys. Damn right, Maddie. That's why I love Maddie, man. She's so freaking mature for her age, man. Whoever gets with Maddie is going to be a very lucky man, okay? Because she's got beauty and brains, guys. I'm telling you. And a little Maria in her, too. Well said, Maddie. She don't like when I say that. Let me go back to this video. Let me get some water real quick. I'll be right back.
It's fascistic, and let's just start here. Donald Trump said 1 hour ago at the bottom, quote, "Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done. Kimmel has zero talent and worse ratings than even Colbert, if that's possible. That leaves Jimmy and Seth, two total losers on fake news NBC. Their ratings are also horrible. Do it, NBC. President DJT. I really urge you to go watch my last video covering this as well, because I go in depth on Donald Trump's posts about Jimmy Kimmel. But finish this one up first, because he's now calling for Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers to be canceled. Here's the thing. A lot of the companies that own these shows have to at some point go through mergers or buy another company.
Not getting canceled, man. And it's not free speech when it's a company. The company has every right in the world to say, you know what? I don't want to platform a guy that's making fun of a man that died and also lying about it and being a propagandist for the Democrat Party. I don't want that. So let me go ahead and do that, because Trump is president right now and the culture has changed and the country has spoken that more than half the people are MAGA or common sense or love America and want to see good comedy. So let's replace him. And plus, by the way, this is the elephant in the room. Stephen Colbert was losing money. He was losing 40 or 50 million a year, losing money. And I'm sure Jimmy Kimmel was doing the same. And he's not funny anymore, guys. It's just not funny. So we need some new talent. Just scrub them all out and get some people that are in the middle that are not going to talk about politics. And when they do, or talk about politics, but make fun of both sides. Just like freaking Saturday Night Live. They went woke too. All they do is make fun of Republicans or MAGA. They'll do a little bit of Democrats, but then they'll, it's a spin shot, man. Well said, Maddie. Exactly. Maddie ain't no dummy. She sure ain't. Maddie, she sure is not. Trump can't have an opinion. Exactly. It's all Trump bad.
Or go through the government in some respect. Donald Trump is using the government, using the executive branch to make sure that shows are getting canceled or plucked off or lawsuits are getting.
Right, but what's your evidence of that, Adam? What's your evidence that he's using them? He's been trying to get these people canceled for years. He tried to do it in his first term. He didn't do it. Right? So that's not what he does. These people canceled them or fired them on their own merit. They did. They got themselves fired. But again, Democrats are allergic to responsibility. Every time something happens to them or something goes wrong, it's Trump's fault. Right? And that's the problem. And this is why we got to point it out. And again, this dude is everywhere, man. This dude is getting a lot of traction, even though Democrats are losing. This is their poster boy right now. And we're going to expose idiots and fraudsters like this dude. It's a business decision, especially from publicly traded companies. Guess what? Shareholders, mostly big boys like BlackRock, Vanguard, etc., don't care about your politics. Damn right, son. Damn right. They want that money. Honestly, think about this. For a Dem waking up, you are realizing everything is a lie. Everything you believe, see, hear, was just a lie. Your friends, the media, etc., have lied to you daily. They deserve it. But yeah. Again, as long as they wake up, and again, I'm not asking anybody to be MAGA or be a Republican. You don't even have to vote Republican. Just don't vote for Democrat. Why would you vote against your own best interest, like a freaking Stockholm syndrome or something? Seriously, why would you, like, if I was with somebody, like, let's say I had a girlfriend, right? And I just kept saying, oh, I love her so much. She just kept shitting on me. I said, I'm going to take her back. I'm going to keep taking her back. Why? She's not doing you no good. I miss SNL making funny clips. Finally had to old man approach them this year. Yeah, for real. They are all members of the Green Party. Cream. Cash rules everything around me. That's right, Sin.
Or plucked off, or lawsuits are getting paid in the process. Remember, ABC paid $15 million to his presidential library for no reason, because Trump just randomly feels litigious and launches these lawsuits.
Actually, it was for a reason, Adam. And he knows it was for a reason. That stuff they did with the 60-minute stuff, that wasn't for no reason. They slandered the man. You know what I mean? Remember when George Slopanopoulos? You guys remember that? When he went and lied and said he was a R word and stuff like that? He had to pay that money. You know what I mean? Don't sit here and say it. See, these people, again, this is why you got to educate yourself, guys, right? You got to arm yourself with knowledge, right? Stupid people fall for shit like that, but we're not falling for this shit because we know better. If Trump wanted to get them canceled, he'd have the FCC pull their government issued broadcasting license for being biased, which says in the license they are supposed to stay neutral. Exactly. And by the way, I wouldn't be mad if he did that. You know what I mean? George Slav the novelist. George Slav the novelist. I heard them all now. I cannot stand. That's a guy I cannot stand. George Slav the novelist. I cannot stand him. What a crackpot. He pretend this is what kills me about he's doing. We're going to watch Piers Morgan in a minute. When these Democrat propagandists pretend like they're down the middle and they don't hate MAGA and they don't hate Trump and they're not for the Democrats, right? What they try to portray is, well, I'm just telling the truth. It just so happens the Democrats. Okay, buddy, I hear you. I'm about to whoop you. Get over here. Come here. Keep coming in here, and I'm gonna whoop you. Do you understand? You come in here if you really want something. I know. I hear you. Papa's working right now. Do you understand? Okay. Listen to Papa. I'll be in there in a second. I know your TV's off. I'll be there in 1 second. And they pretend like it just so happens that the Democrats are always right. They're always right, and the Republicans are always right. Look at what CNN does when a Republican comes on their show. Did you see a couple days ago? I'm going to show you that one. Oh man, when what's my boy's name with the glass? I forget. He roasted that one lady, boy. Love is sin. Did the FCC not threaten ABC? I don't know.
Trump then said, throughout all of this, he then said, quote, I am pleased to inform our many USA patriots that I am designating Antifa, a sick, dangerous, radical left disaster, as a major terrorist organization. Does anyone even know anyone in Antifa? I've never met a single person who's actually in Antifa. Antifa stands for anti-fascist as well. He then says, I will be strongly recommending that those funding Antifa be thoroughly investigated in accordance with the highest legal.
Now that's their game, guys. Let me rewind that part. This is the top of the notch guy. Him, guys like Luke Beasley, Corey, guys like David Pac-Man. I call him something else too that I probably can't say here on YouTube. He says, who even sees Antifa? Who even knows Antifa? And plus it stands for anti-fascist. In other words, he's saying basically, well, Antifa's not really around. They don't do nothing. Antifa doesn't do nothing. They're not a terrorist organization. There's no worry. And plus it only means anti-fascist, aka anti-Trump or anti-us, right? Again, man, these people make me sick. Do you understand? Did the FCC not threaten that ABC? BHF, yes, the head of the FCC did threaten that. Okay. Good.
He then says, I will be strongly recommending that those funding Antifa be thoroughly investigated in accordance with the highest legal standards and practices. Thank you for your attention to this matter. They are directly targeting left-wing NGOs. They are directly targeting organizations and mechanisms that fund any sort of liberal politicians because they're trying to connect it to some random 22-year-old from Utah that grew up in a Republican family. Sinclair Broadcast.
Wow. The gaslighting is unbelievable with this kid. He's the mental jujitsu these Democrats are playing, trying to pretend and lie to their audience that the kid that allegedly shot, if he did work by himself, allegedly shot or killed Charlie Kirk was some kind of right winger. I mean, do you hear this?
That grew up in a Republican family. Sinclair Broadcast.
Again, when you tell half truths, when you don't tell the whole story, a half truth is a lie. Do you understand? I know you guys know that, but a half truth is a lie, right? I'll give you an example. Let's just say I had a girlfriend, right? And I cheated on her with another girl, right? And my girl says, hey, have you been cheating on me? I said, well, what are you doing? I said, well, I just went to her house and that's it. I just went to her house and that's it. I didn't tell her part when I went upstairs with her and did all that stuff. I just went to her house, right? That's a lie because you only told half the truth. This is what these Democrats do. They always tell their side to make the narrative look good, right? Again, yes, the kid grew up in a Republican family or a conservative family, but then you didn't tell the second part, Adam, that he started dating a transgender. He lived with a transgender. You didn't say that part. You also didn't say he got radicalized and became a left winger, and you didn't say the stuff he wrote on the bullet. If all that stuff is true. But again, a half truth is a lie, and this is what they feed on is these fucking lies.
The conglomerate that runs a lot of ABC stations, all the ABC stations locally and nationally, says this. Sinclair says Kimmel's suspension is not enough. Calls on FCC and ABC to take additional action. Sinclair's ABC stations to air a special remembrance of Charlie Kirk during Jimmy Kimmel live time slot on Friday. This is batshit insane. This is absurd. Quote, Sinclair, the nation's largest ABC affiliate group, objects to recent comments made by Mr. Kimmel. If you want to hear the comments, go check out the previous video. As discussed on ABC earlier today, Sinclair decided to indefinitely preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live beginning tonight. Following these discussions, ABC has suspended production of Jimmy Kimmel Live. Quote, Mr. Kimmel's remarks were inappropriate and deeply insensitive at a critical moment for our country, said Vice Chairman Jason Smith. I'm sorry. His comments are insensitive. Donald Trump came out that night and said that radical left lunatics did this and that organizations need to be targeted.
Jerry, what do the comments look like on this kid's video? I think they're all positive. They're all positive, Greg. Let's see. Let's zoom in. Good question. Trump is celebrating Charlie Kirk's death by using it as a weapon. Where's the lie? No King's protest, October 18th. Make America Trumpless again. Hulu canceled. My husband and I had a Disney trip planned. Yeah, they're trying to cancel ABC now. And again, the Democrats on the left, their cancel culture never works. Okay, it doesn't work. Hulu canceled. My husband and I had a Disney trip planned. Canceled immediately. We don't watch ABC or any media stations owned by Sinclair or Nexter. He didn't even mock Kirk. He mocked Trump, whose reaction to hearing about Kirk's death was to talk about his ballroom being built. Right, and that's true. He did say that, but the problem with this ED mock is that he lied on national TV and said the guy was a right-winger, which everybody knows he wasn't. It's here. Fascism in full effect. That's what it is, guys. Remember when conservatives cried about cancel culture for a decade, but now it's okay because they're doing it. Well, you were doing it. So now we're doing it. Nobody did anything about Brian Kilmeade from Fox saying that all the homeless people should be. Yeah, so they're all people that like him. They're all agreeing with him, Greg. Where's the lie? They weren't going to Disney. Exactly. Exactly, sir.
Donald Trump 2 weeks ago said Chicago should be under siege, at war. I've covered this relentlessly. Charlie Kirk himself has said things about Martin Luther King Jr. He shouldn't have done his work because the Civil Rights Act was a mistake, and Joe Biden is a dementia-filled tyrant who should be given the death penalty. Charlie Kirk said Joe Biden should be given the death penalty, and all of a sudden he's some saint that we can't even criticize. To continue reading this, quote, Sinclair's ABC stations will air a special in remembrance of Charlie Kirk this Friday. Sinclair will not lift the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live on our stations until 4.
All right, you get it. So listen, just keep an eye on this kid, Adam Mockler. And again, I don't want you, I'm not telling you to watch it and stuff like that. You know, I hit the matter of fact, maybe not watch it. I'll watch it so you don't have to. But we need to call these people out, man. All right, let's do a couple of spins here, guys. All right, let's do 325 again because Steven's not here. Some interesting comment, but October 18th, huh? That a lot of brainwashed, low IQ people, man. Yeah, but it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work, bro. ETC bug. They probably canceled Hulu because Disney keeps raising the damn price every month. Another half truth, exactly. Half truth is a lie, ladies and gentlemen. BTC Bug, are you here, sir? We're about to watch some Pierce Morgan real quick. I haven't seen that. I'm interested in watching that. Bug. Jason, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Bug. How are you, sir? Jason, just calling out the lies of the mainstream media and the left and the propagandists. Pulled up with a big iron on my hip. I know that's right. Congrats, Bug. He needs to change his name. Yes. Hand those off to the dollar dude. I sure will. Thank you. How are you? Let's do it again. 326. Good to see y'all. Absolutely, Jason. Good to see you too, brother. Adam, look at that. Adam and Lori. 326 for Adam and Lori. Congratulations. Thanks, Bug Man. No doubt. Thank you, Bug Man, for doing that. 327. Let's go to heaven. Flip. Game over. Flip. Dun, 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 dun. Game over. Flip.
I'm Flipper. This is Little Slip. And I just want to say good morning to all of you and have a great day and keep on stacking those sats. Buckaroo salute. Woo!
QT Incorporated. Congratulations, Flipper. Adam and Lori. Congrats, Adam and Lori. Flip. Game over. Flip. Congrats, Flip. Congrats, Flip. Flip with the little slip. That's right. Game over. Yes, it's over. She's the winner. 327. Let's see who can win 328. Then we're going to watch a little Pierce Morgan. Look at that. Adam again. Congrats. Let's do 329. Sean Pepe, Le Pew. Well, A&L times 2. Yep. Buckaroo, salute, Flipper, Fanny Packer. Congrats, sweating and smiling together. Sean, are you here, sir? Congratulations, man, to the winners. Yay, pay me. I got you. Pepe. They've earned it. Yes, they have. Congratulations. All right, let's do 330. Let's hear Pierce Morgan. I guarantee Pierce Morgan is because Pierce Morgan, even though he's Puss Morgan, he's like a clock. He's right. He's like a broke clock. Hope cash. Pierce Morgan's like a broke clock. He's right twice a day, and I guarantee you he's gonna be going at it with Don Lemon. Okay. So Hulk Cash, I don't know if he's here or not. We got 21 in the chat. Game over. I don't think Hulk Cash is here. He said something real quick and then he bounced. Take him off the wheel. Yeah, let me take him off. Let's do it again.
Is Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk is my husband.
Oh wow. I just got this backpacker. EB, you're the winner. We're definitely smiling now. Yes. Congrats, Hulk Cash. E Bizzle. Congrats, E Bizzle. He's right twice a day, but never around for either one of them. He's gonna be right in this one, I think. I didn't watch it though. Congrats, EB. Anybody that disagrees with Don Lemon, I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. Backpacker just sent me a tribute, I think. Let's watch that real quick. Let's see.
My husband. Good evening. My name is Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk is my husband. Charlie always said that when he was gone, he wanted to be remembered for his courage and for his faith. Now and for all eternity, he will stand at his Savior's side, wearing the glorious crown of a martyr. Charlie loved life. He loved his life. He loved America. But most of all, Charlie loved his children. And he loved me with all of his heart. And I knew that. Every day I knew that. The evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love. But they should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country. In this world, you have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife.
Oh, Charlie, you didn't deserve it. May God bless your family.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
People across the country are gathering, holding memorial services and vigils to honor Charlie Kirk's memory and his message.
To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. It will not die. It will become stronger, bolder, louder, and greater than ever. I promise I will never let your legacy die. I won't. I promise I'll make Turning Point USA the biggest thing that this nation has ever seen. Rest in the arms of our Lord as He blankets you with the words I know your heart always strives to hear. Well done, my good and faithful servant.
Charlie, you put all this together, my man. Let's hear it.
I am just humbled by God. That's all I can say. It's done. I want you to remember that we did not earn this. This is God's mercy on our country.
Wow. That was well done. Wow, I just literally got goosebumps watching that. And the world changed after that, man. What happened to him? And we're gonna keep fighting, guys. He will not die in vain. He's not dying in vain. He did not die in vain. That's powerful, man. And what gives me faith is that look at the millions of people around the world that he affected, man. Wow, man. That was powerful. Posted on the White House X page, real monster that orange, man. Exactly, man. Again, if you got a freaking brain, you know what I mean? But when you're a zombie out here, you don't know any better. You know? That was beautiful, backpacker. Thank you for sending that. I really appreciate that. All right, EB's not here. Let's spin for 330. Wow. God bless his wife and God bless your soul, Charlie Kirk. Wow. That was incredible. Coco. Incredible, man. Scotty. Oh, look at it. Primal Inc. Who was that again? Primal Links just sent 373 sats. I forgot whose email is that again. 373 and 121. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Primal Link. Who was that again? Gotta head out, Jerry. Have a good one. Okay, Scotty. He's sending 99 sats. Thank you, Scotty. Appreciate you, brother. Wow, that was a really good tribute video, man. That's probably the best one I've ever seen. They say the good die young, man. And he's with God now, man. He's wow. He was definitely he was a good one, man. Maddie, love. Coquito. Congratulations, Coco. So close, Maddie. With the Coco. Go, Coco. Woohoo, Coco. It's all or nothing. Is it all or nothing? No, it's not. Woohoo, Coco. 121, 373. Afia, that's you? Thank you. What did your name used to be? I appreciate that very much. Because I've seen that email before. Thank you. That was block 330. Let's do 331. 31 for Charlie Kirk. That was his age. Jenny Legendary. Well, guys, it's 6:15 here, my time. We've been going for almost 2.5 hours. 2 hours and about 15 minutes. You guys want me to keep going? You guys want me to turn on some Pierce Morgan? Or you guys want to head out tonight? Coco around? LOL. Yes, he is. Gotta head out, Jerry. Thank you for the great show. Thank you so much. Todd. Okay. Todd. Was that your old name, though? What was your old name? Still working out my various lightning addresses, etc. Okay. Yay. Good game, Jen. Yay, Jenny. Still work. Okay. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. Congrats, Jen. No old name. Huh. Maybe that's just a generic thing they put on there, then. Jenny Legendary. Reminds me of my old name, Jor, from the song. Jerry Legendary. Jor for the score. Somebody's a Democrat. I don't beg you for more. All right, let me stop. Pierce Morgan, guys. A clock is right twice a day. Let's see what the great Puss Morgan has got to say.
Piers, I think that's completely disingenuous. And I think anyone watching that.
What are you
will know
talking
that.
about?
And so if you will allow me, please.
What
please
are you
stop
talking
interrupting me,
about?
Okay. Did you invite me here to interrupt me, or are you going to let
I
me?
think you're
answer the
being a
question?
complete dick, if I'm honest with you.
Okay.
I do.
Well, that's very kind and respectful of you.
It wasn't intended to be
don't
kind
like
or
the
respectful.
hominem attacks.
The assassination of Charlie Kirk has sparked a bitter and reductive blame game between right and left, turbocharged by inflammatory calls for vengeance on the fringes of one side and callous celebrations on the other. Neither side wants to find common cause. Both hold the other side accountable for the febrile climate which led to Kirk's appalling murder. Viral clips appear to show people on either side doing anything other than taking the temperature down. Stephen Crowder's call for
On either side, Puss Morgan, really? On either side? Stop it. This is what I be talking about with Puss Morgan. Saying, why you started with me, man?
violence is one such example for which he's now issued this clarification.
People may take some clips and tell you that Stephen Crowder is irresponsible. He advocated violence. That's right. I am. I want to be crystal clear about that. I am advocating for lawful violence defensively that has been abandoned for years.
Defense wins championships. Defense is the best offense. You got to be able to defend yourself, man. You know what I mean? You got to have the right to defend yourself. This is why these Democrats want to take your Second Amendment right and your First Amendment. They don't want you to say anything. And they don't want you to be able to defend yourself so they can rule over you. And they want conservatives or anybody outside their bubble scared to go out and talk, or they'll kill you. That's what they want.
And I want it to replace where grace was afforded before.
In a moment, we'll be joined by Joe Walsh to debate these issues. But first, I'm joined by Stephen Crowder for what will hopefully be a clarification on his clarification. Stephen, welcome back to Uncensored. As you know, a lot of people believed you were advocating for a violent response. You've clarified that now. And people are saying, is that a sincere clarification, or have you just calmed down?
It wasn't a clarification. It was a repeat. And I stand by it. I am advocating for lawful, maybe let me clarify, ruthless violence in defense of us and our own. If you give me 1.5 minutes, I can make it crystal clear if we need to. What you're seeing with Charlie Kirk is what got through. Charlie Kirk lived under a cloud just as I have. It's the reason that I stopped doing Change My Minds, where there were 12 felonious assaults, attempts at battery, and attempts on my life. And I know quite a few, and many I don't, of Charlie Kirk. I want to be clear. I want those on the left to speak freely and to be able to host their events with minimal security as they do now for the rest of their lives. Just as surely, I want them to be deathly terrified of showing up and acting with the increasing violence as they have at our events. And that goes both ways. Hey, if there's a spat of right-wing violence that's spreading across this country, treat those people the same way that we treat yours. But you won't find it. And let me just address a couple of things here. What I think leads to violence, they'll try and blame it on Donald Trump. They'll give us a bunch of reasons. Let me be really clear here. Joe Walsh will say that this is an overreaction. He said that yesterday. He doesn't understand why this is a big deal. That's untrue. He will say that statistically more violence comes from the right. That's provably untrue. He's been stating for days that the shooter was in fact not a leftist and we didn't know. That's provably untrue. He will create a false equivalency between Charlie Kirk and the murder of the Hortmans in Minnesota. That's provably untrue. And finally, he will place blame, as the left and the spineless right does, for all of this on Donald Trump, conservatives, rising figures, and the rhetoric for temperatures in this country. That is provably untrue. Donald Trump ran on law and order and won because of leftist violence. All of this, let me finish with this. All of this is by design so that the left and spineless right can make this conversation about conservatives responding to the cold-blooded terroristic assassination and gleeful celebration thereafter of a young man who did nothing more than sit down at a table and allow anyone to speak their opinion. And I know what it's like because I was in that spot. I started it, and Charlie cited it as inspiration. If I could change one thing, and I do believe that I'm partially responsible for this,
Before he goes on, I haven't heard one lie he said. Now, I'm not the biggest Crowder fan. I don't dislike the guy. I just don't like some of the things he does. And, I don't watch Crowder a lot. I've seen him before. I've seen some of his stuff. But everything he said is true. And the reason he's feeling this way, because, again, he started that stuff. He started the prove me wrong stuff. You know what I mean? And, again, Charlie Kirk was inspired by him. He used to go out there all the time in the early 2010s and stuff like that. But what he just said, everything he just laid out was 100% spot on facts. He did not tell a lie right there, guys.
Change one thing, and I do believe that I'm partially responsible for this. I failed people. I've had to do a lot of soul searching. When I did Change My Mind and started in 2016, the idea was, hey, calling the left on their bluff, civil dialogue with anyone to the tune of billions of plays.
Because they have to, they can't take responsibility, Sat, man. That's why. And again, they are bringing up a metaphorically dead body because they didn't give a damn about that Minnesota congressman. And again, more than likely that was a Democrat that did that because the guy that did it used to work for Tampon Tim Walz. And the person that got killed, very tragically, by the way, because he shot some other congressman too, was simple. The lady, and she was on the news for doing this. She was very brave, and a lot of MAGA liked her. She voted against giving social programs to illegal immigrants. He said, "No, we're not giving this anymore." And you can't toe the line with the Democrats. You got to go full stop. So this guy went and killed her. He shot her for it. And the Democrats didn't care about it. They tried to sweep it under the rug. But now that Charlie Kirk is alive, now they're coming out and saying, well, what about the Minnesota one? Y'all didn't care about it. Just like Harry Sissy. Harry Sissy came out and talked about it. Oh, the Minnesota. Dude, you didn't even talk about it, Harry Sissy. So what are you talking about? 100% spot on. Exactly. History is full of stories of establishment powers inciting violence from those they wish to prosecute. The lefties have taken the bait. Yep, 100%. These people, again, Democrats are hypocrites, ladies and gentlemen. And on top of the word hypocrite, you got liars and you got actors. Period. End of story.
And hundreds of hours. And it got increasingly violent. And what I didn't tell people, I told people out there, go do this on your own campus, have these conversations. I advocated for it. And Charlie took it to another level. He was unbelievable at it. What I didn't do, I didn't tell people about the threats because I didn't want copycats. I didn't tell them about terrorists from Yemen through Sweden showing up in East Grand Rapids. I didn't tell them about concrete milkshakes. I didn't tell them about my tires getting slashed, about people trying to firebomb my car. And maybe if I would have picked up the phone, maybe if I would have used this megaphone to tell people it's real life out there and the left wants you dead, maybe Charlie would have had a fighting chance. Maybe I could have done more. Right now, I'll tell you this. I see a lot of people out there, Piers. See a lot of people out there talking about picking up that microphone. And I hope people do because the alternative is silence. But I want people to know that wherever that microphone is and whoever thinks about picking it up, you are in the crosshairs. People say bring down the temperature. Okay, how about we bring down the temperature to doing something like, I don't know, sitting down at a table and allowing anyone with a thought or opinion to discuss it rationally? Would that bring down the temperature? Because they took his life anyway.
Listen, I know you knew Charlie Kirk well. I feel your passion. I feel your anger. I feel your hurt. It's a painful time. I think everybody on.
He wasn't real good friends with Charlie Kirk. He knew Charlie Kirk, but they weren't like buddies. But he knows Charlie Kirk.
The conservative right in America, it's a very painful time. And I feel that. But in the interest of fair play, which Charlie Kirk would want, we have got the former Republican congressman and the host of The Social Contract, Joe Walsh, joining the debate. Exactly what Charlie would encourage, I think, which is...
I don't want to muddy the waters over here. This guy is not a Republican. He's a rhino. I think he joined the Democrat Party. This dude suffers from a severe case of Trump derangement syndrome. I mean, a severe case. And he's a soy boy and he's a beta male. Okay? But he suffers from TDS. And when he was calling himself a Republican, I think he finally went over to the Democrat Party and he was saying all this stuff. I'm like, bro, why don't you just be a Republican? Like, what are you talking about right now?
Joe, you've just heard a very impassioned statement there from Steven Crowder. What's your response?
Oh, I get it and I feel it. And I appreciate Steven Crowder expressing how he feels. I really do. And I don't know what my fight is. I don't have a fight with Steven Crowder. Stephen, good to see you. There was a lot you said about me there in the intro. I don't remember because I'm getting older. I wish I'd written down some of it. I did my best for the past week because I knew Charlie as well, not to say that this guy was a right wing. He came from a God-fearing gun Utah family. He was definitely right, like some on the left did. I didn't know who he was until we had the facts and the evidence. And it's clear, Pierce and Stephen, that this was
I had the facts and the evidence. And I told you he was on the left from the bullet engravings that we received from a leak. And you said we were wrong. And people on the left said we were wrong. And that matters because the shooter was still out there and so was the Kirk family. I'm trying to save lives.
Stephen,
did you save lives, Joe?
Maybe some people did. I don't know when I ever said you were wrong anywhere. When
you
this
said
first time I've talked to you, or even
we don't know. We know he's from a white family in Utah, and you retweeted people, and you went out and said this guy is not a left-wing extremist. He is. Okay, go ahead. You did say that,
my friend. From the moment Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I said we don't know who did it, and once we found out who did it, we don't know why he did it. So let's all wait to figure out why he did it.
But we did know.
yesterday. Stephen.
And I remember you saying that he sold his soul to Trump before the body was cold, and criticizing his wife.
Stephen, let me finish, brother, please. And then we find out in no uncertain terms, by the way, Pierce, which I think all of us could have guessed, this was a political assassination. This 22-year-old young man hated Charlie Kirk, and so he picked up that gun and he shot him. Clearly, and as you've said, Pierce, it's clear that of late he had become radicalized with leftist ideology. There, now we know it. This will go down in history as an act of left-wing political violence. Yes.
I mean, I would say, Stephen, that is an honest statement there from Joe. But
it's not.
Yeah, but is it honest on your side, Stephen? Be honest. Is it honest to say there is no problem with violence on the political right? Because there has been historically a lot of violence associated with the far right in America. That again is just a demonstrable fact.
Pierce is such a. Let me key you in on a couple things, guys. What the left does, and I'm gonna show you their little tricks. When they label far right, okay. First of all, again, MAGA is not far right. Charlie Kirk is not far right. People like Nick Fuentes and some other people are maybe far right. They'll label anybody that is not a Democrat, even in some of the consensus thing when they show violence, as right wing and far right. So when they say, oh, there's all this right wing violence and blah, 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 they'll just name some random thing that happened in some town or something like that. And they go, oh, well, that's a right wing violence. Again, when have you seen somebody on the left get attacked by somebody on the right? Or a Republican or a conservative burn down a city, right? Or all these political attacks. You do not see it. You see BLM. You see Antifa. You see the George Floyd riots. You see the Palestine riots. You see the freaking, what is the one? The Roe v. Wade. All kind of stuff, right? Even the January you-know-what stuff was suspect. So again, miss me with this, Piers Morgan. Trying to play the middle guy. You know what I mean? This guy makes me sick, man.
Pretend there's never been any.
By
is to be disingenuous.
By what? No, it's not to be disingenuous. It's absolutely correct. And I understand, because I've seen Joe and people of his ilk retweeting these out there. It either comes from Cato Institute or it comes from a recent Economist article. I can tell you how all of those numbers are wrong. Remember the man in Portland? Remember Aaron Danielson, who was shot dead point blank by an Antifa member? Michael Reinhold, who said, we got a Trump supporter, bang, bang, dead. That wasn't listed as political violence. Look at that chart. The year 2020, the summer of love, no political violence from the left. I could go through the methodology, and I have brilliant researchers who have. It is demonstrably untrue. No one is saying there is no violence on the right. What I am saying is that people on the right have to have armed security, flak jackets, an entire strategy when they go out, and those on the left don't. That is verifiably true. What is dishonest is to say we didn't know. You know what else wouldn't have been included in these crime stats? And anyone want to make this argument? You're talking to the wrong guy. The Covenant High School shooting. Audrey Hale. Cato said, we included it because it was borderline, even though the police said they didn't think it was politically motivated. If not for the undercover journalism unit of a comedy show right here, no one would have known that motivation. We found it, we leaked it, we processed it, we verified it, and we were met with resistance and threats of lawsuits from the local police department, the mayor, and the FBI. They said it was a lie on the outset, just like they said the engravings on the bullet casings were a lie on the outset. The left lies. They label you fascist. They label you a totalitarian. And how do you deal with those people? Well, you don't do it at the ballot box. We all know that.
It's not just how the news is told.
Wow, Steven Crowder's cooking right now. I got to start watching him, man. I got to start watching him. He's pretty good. He's facts. And this dude, Joe Walsh, he's climbing up the wrong tree, because it looks like Steven Crowder is nobody to play with, man. He is nobody to play with. I see. Yes. Yep.
Every position that the right holds has been presented as violence, including silence, by the way. I know there's a poster behind Joe Walsh right next to his No Kings poster. In other words, if you're pro-life, it's violence against women. If you're against men and women's sports, it's violence against trans, it's genocide, it's erasing them. If you're against Juneteenth as a holiday, it's violence. You're pro-First Amendment, violence because you're inciting violence. You're pro-Second Amendment, violence because you believe people should be able to commit gun violence. And
yep, that's what they do. Wow, he's cooking right now. He's absolutely right. Again, there's no physical violence. It's just you're violating my feelings. You're committing violence on my feelings and how I feel. So all you got to do is just keep saying violence, 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 just like George Bush and them terrorists. Just keep saying the words over and the buzzwords over and over and over. He is cooking, bro.
then if we remain silent, that's also violence. And so people deal with the right with violence. Here's my challenge. Find me one example of a Charlie Kirk on the left, not an elected official. I'll allow any speaker, any comedian this century. One example of somebody who was murdered, assassinated, hemorrhaged out in front of his family in cold blood and gleefully celebrated thereafter. And the polls show that a majority, according to YouGov recently, of Democrats think it's somewhat too acceptable. 38%, 77% of Republicans said not acceptable at all.
Okay, let Joe
What I'm
respond.
saying is that Charlie Kirk was hunted. He was hunted. We are being hunted, and I don't want to see any more dead friends. Violence, absolutely. Lawful, ruthless, defensive violence.
Okay, Joe.
Pierce, I'll just be brief again. The data is pretty clear, and historically it's been pretty clear that there's political violence on the right and the left in this country for years. And I could argue, and I would argue, but I won't hear that there's historically been more political violence coming from the right.
Wow. I bet he won't use any examples.
But suffice to say, I think you and I, Pierce, would agree, there's a
Please argue
history
it.
of hey, Stephen, let me finish, man, please.
Please argue it. You can't just make a
Pierce,
vague claim and not substantiate it.
Pierce, you and I would agree, for the sake of this conversation, that political violence is in fact a both sides problem. Stephen, you would acknowledge, I think, that there is political violence on, and there has been political violence on the right as well. So why don't we all just condemn it all? That's what we all should do.
Wow. Again, did you see in details the way Steven Crowder went into the details and laid it out from A to Z, and this guy just using platitudes and talking points and slogans because he doesn't have anything. That's why. Okay? These people are not good people, man. It's a very old tactic. Yes. Not good people at all.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't agree with the premise. And I'm having to agree with a nebulous premise because you presented no facts. The very source that you cite, and by the way, I'll make all of mine publicly available. Hold on, I'm finishing now. Let's do it like grown-ups. You can cite your sources online. George Floyd riots, not included. Darrell Brooks, Waukesha, not included. Antifa, not included. Man shot dead for voting Trump, not included. Those numbers are not to be trusted, and neither is someone parroting it. I'll answer your question if you answer one of mine after. Go ahead, please.
Melissa Hortman, the Democratic state legislator in Minnesota, last 3 months.
You see how Steven smiled when he said that? Watch what Steven says. And again, these people are bringing up a old cold body of a woman they didn't give a shit about when she first died. They are only talking about this woman because they're trying to whataboutism with Charlie Kirk. That's all they're doing. They don't give a shit about that woman.
Ago, gunned down by an anti-abortion Trump supporter. Yes or no?
Wrong. How do I know? Because Vance Bolter, the man who did it, wrote in his letter that it had nothing to do with Trump or being pro-life. He blamed Tim Walz. And here's what you also don't see. Did you see anyone at the Hortman's funerals or vigils spitting on them or pantomiming, being shot in the neck? Did you see anyone celebrating the death of them gleefully?
Yes.
Did you see so many professors doing so, showing children a snuff? Really? Point me to one.
Yes.
Point me to one person spitting at their vigil. Let me guess, you're going to go to Mike Lee?
Utah
How do I predict
Mike
everything
Lee
you say all the time?
How? Donald Trump.
He didn't mock the attack.
Let me jump in.
Anyone spit at the
Stephen,
vigil?
let me jump
Anyone
in.
celebrate the
Stephen,
murder?
let me give you an example.
Pierce, I don't.
Hang on.
Go ahead.
Hang on. I would give an example where the right behaved very badly, and that was over the attack on Nancy Pelosi's husband.
Oh, my God. The Nancy Pelosi husband. First of all, let me give you some backstory on Nancy Pelosi thing. A lot of people forget about this. Nancy Pelosi's husband is let's just say he's a switch hitter. Okay, allegedly. All right. We all know I'm decently right, and I was pretty sad about that shooting. We aren't the same. Exactly. And I want to say is either a couple of days or a few weeks. I want you guys to fact check me on this. That he got pulled over when Nancy was out of town and stuff, and he had that guy in the car allegedly. Okay, he had that guy in the car, the guy that attacked him or whatever. That was a wild scandal with Paulie P. Yeah, and then a few days or a week or two later, that's when the guy came to his house and allegedly hit him with a hammer. To me, that was either some guy that was selling him drugs or some lover or something like that. That was not a right-wing dude attacking him. That's number one. Number two, did some Republicans make fun of him for it? Sure, they did. They made fun of him. Absolutely. But that wasn't a right-wing attack. And this is why I'm saying, like Cindy said, the straw man, because they have nothing else. Okay. And first of all, he didn't die. Okay. Yeah, we might have made fun of him. I made fun of him, but he didn't die. Right? You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Right? Again, this is the same family that is the best. I mean, they beat the S&P 500. They're better than any kind of freaking what do they call it? The experts in the stock market. They got the best portfolio ever. These people are evil, so we don't like them. So when something happened to them, we laugh. Sure, no problem, Pierce. But Pierce, come on with this bullshit, man. You know Steven Crowder, but again, he has to. Whoever's losing, he has to lean over to them. You know what I mean? And again, this dude makes me sick, man. That was not a political attack. That was either a bad business transaction or a scorn lover or both. Say it again, Sin. But if you're stupid, you don't know that. You know what I mean? Buzzwords and twisted reality, they all read from the same scripts. Thank you. But again, he has to pretend like he's down the middle. Like, well, what do you mean, Steven? He's got to help his boy out here because he's getting fucking cooked.
I saw the gleeful responses after that from the right, the memes, the mockery, and so on. I thought that was very distasteful. Would you agree, Steve?
If you want to argue an equivalency between a man
I'm not
hit with a
asking
hammer in his
equivalency.
underwear
I'm not saying
and a
equivalent.
man bleeding out in front of his child.
But you are, though. You are asking equivalency, though, Pierce. You absolutely are. Because he's saying both sides. He's saying it's one side. 99% is the left, and the 1% is the right that does the violence. And then this guy is trying to prove that there's more stuff on the right. And then your argument is, well, what about the hammer to Paulie, to Nancy Pelosi's husband? Don't you think that was wrong? That is not the same, dude, as a guy getting murdered in front of his children. So you are trying to equivalent. Puss Morgan?
Very badly, and that was over the attack on Nancy Pelosi's husband. I saw the gleeful responses after that from the right, the memes, the mockery, and so on. I thought that was very distasteful. Would you agree, Steve?
If you want to argue an equivalency between a man
I'm not
hit with a
asking
hammer in his
equivalency.
underwear
I'm not saying
and a
equivalent.
man bleeding out in front of his child,
I'm not
go
saying
ahead.
they're equivocal. I'm just saying it's an example where I felt people on the right showed a complete lack of humanity towards the man who'd been attacked because he happened to be married to Nancy Pelosi, a political opponent. And so it's not like this never. It's not like this has never happened.
I don't agree. I don't think it's even remotely proportional. Let me ask a question here. This is why I'm giving this message, and this is why I hope people listen and protect their own.
That's how you know when they won the argument. When they say Trump bad, January 6th, and Paul Pelosi, and then the Minnesota Congresswoman, again, rest in peace. I don't want nothing to happen. She would sound like a really good woman. You know they lost the plot, guys. Okay, it's not even close. And again, I'm not a Republican here saying this. Okay, the left has gone mad, right? And we got to call them out on this bullshit.
Joe Walsh, you're there. Since I answered your question, you're there, Utah, in the crowd. It's not a Mouser. It's not a 30-06. But it's a man winding up a milkshake for Charlie Kirk. We don't know if it's strawberry, chocolate, vanilla, acid, or concrete. Do you stop him? Do you hurt him? That hesitation tells me that you are not amongst us. And cowards are dangerous to have in their ranks.
Stephen,
because it's not a hypothetical. It's happened.
Let me answer your question.
Do you stop him? Do you hurt him?
I don't understand your question. I'm sorry. I honestly, I don't.
Someone winding up a milkshake to launch at Charlie Kirk. You don't know if it's strawberry, chocolate, vanilla, acid, or concrete. You see him before anyone else does. Do you stop him and hurt him?
Yes, I certainly stop him. I do all I can to stop him. Yes.
Good. There's a start. That's what I'm advocating. Every single person out there, because we have been living with this shadow over us. And I know, look, here's the thing too, Joe. I understand your rhetoric. I understand where you're coming from. And I know that you met Charlie when he was 16, as I understand it, right? He was very, very young. And I understand that maybe you were somewhat of a mentor figure. It's because of the failure of Republicans like you that me and Charlie Kirk exist, who are willing to take back the territory that has been conceded, and we are willing to pay with our lives. We shouldn't have to be. Academia, media, the press, big tech shouldn't be dominated by the left exclusively all the time. Charlie Kirk shouldn't be out there alone, sitting in that chair, taking on all comers. He shouldn't be inspired by people like me, who are comedians. He should have been inspired by people like you. Instead, he was inspired to go the other way. Maybe that's why he said he sold his soul for Donald Trump before the body was cold. Still want to do the no true Scotsman, holier than thou thing?
And Stephen, I'm assuming you would do the same, correct? If somebody were throwing a chocolate milkshake at a left-wing speaker, correct?
No, the reason I bring it up is because we didn't. We didn't.
But
and I've had them launched at me.
Would you, Stephen?
And the reason,
would you?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Would you?
And now I would. Now
Would
I would.
you?
Because now I would. Yes. Have I answered your question? Yes. Now I would. And I advocate that everybody else do the same by any means necessary.
So Stephen, common ground. You and I, two Americans, would both stop any politically violent attack on any public figure or speaker that we saw. You and I agree to that. And you and I hope, would
Sure.
both agree that we should condemn all political violence. End of story.
I am condemning, of course, all political violence. It is coming from.
Yeah, end of story. Meaning, don't bring it up anymore. Don't talk about it. End of story. I'm not going to give you any examples. I'm not going to give you anything that happened in real life. All I'm going to say is end of story. Right wing does it worse than the left wing, even though you said all these things. You name this and you name that. Hey, all we got to do is tone it down. Just tone it down, because you don't want it and I don't want it. Instead of addressing the problem and saying, hey, you know what? Let me raise my hand. Some of my rhetoric may have gotten Charlie Kirk killed. But again, this is a rhino, and they are allergic to responsibility. And again, these people make me sick.
One side, and the prescription is ruthless, aggressive, defensive, lawful violence on anyone who tries. If someone behaves in a way, for example, I've been sucker punched, I've been collar dragged, I've had attempts on my life, I have been doxxed. If anyone behaves in a way where if they behave that way at a town hall, at a restaurant, you with your family, would result in their severe ass beating, they deserve it at a political rally. They deserve it at a private function and a public speaking engagement. And the right has not been doing that because we've been taking the high road and the left has acted with impunity. That's why you see professors. It's not just that they're showing children a snuff film on repeat in order to create a generation of psychopaths, by the way. That's how you do it. It's that so many professors are doing it because they don't fear any ramifications. You can't find that on the right. Find me one example.
This is the first time I've ever heard Joe Walsh talk this long and not say something about Trump being bad. Like, seriously, it's been 10 minutes when he come on. 14 minutes because Steven Crowder's going off. And he hasn't said anything about Trump. This is a world record.
One example of a Charlie Kirk, not an elected official, a person who did nothing more than express his opinion and allow anyone else to do the same, who lost
and I
his life.
I also think in relation to that I saw Charlie Kirk's producer today getting quite emotional as he talked about the difference, for example, between the reaction to the murder of George Floyd, which I thought was despicable, and the murder of Charlie Kirk, which was despicable, is that one precipitated.
Why are you? See, this is the shit I'm talking about with Pierce. First of all, you're saying the murder of Charlie Kirk. I mean, the murder of George Floyd and the murder of Charlie Kirk. Like, he's like saying, hey, I'm on both sides. They're both despicable. They're not even in the same fucking planet, Pierce Morgan or Puss Morgan. Okay? That's not the same, man. Charlie Kirk and George Floyd are not the same. I'm not even going to sit here and explain why, because I'd be talking to you guys like you're idiots, which I know you're not. So miss me with that, Pierce. Like, come on now, bro.
Producer today getting quite emotional as he talked about the difference, for example, between the reaction to the murder of George Floyd, which I thought was despicable, and the murder of Charlie Kirk, which was despicable, is that one precipitated nationwide rioting and lawlessness as people were so enraged they took to the streets, and the other took to people going to church.
Also, call me when Charlie Kirk died with a speedball. He mugged a woman with his toddler in the house.
I thought it was an interesting.
George Floyd hurt people.
I thought it was an interesting observation, Joe, in terms of the difference.
No, and I appreciate that, Pierce. Let me sneak in one more thing before Stephen goes off. Also, the assassination of Democratic Melissa Hortman in Minnesota by an anti-abortion Trump supporter, you didn't see violence after that. And the other thing you did not see after a. Let me finish, Stephen. Let me finish, brother.
The man who blamed Tim Walz. Truth matters. Truth. Dishonesty foments violence, Joe.
Yep. Keep saying that. Every time he tells a lie, fucking call him out. Call him out. That's a lie.
After a Democrat was assassinated in Minnesota, you also did not see the Democratic Party and the left declaring a war on the right, saying that they did it, the evildoers did it. This is a battle between good and evil. You didn't hear any of that when a Democrat was assassinated. We should condemn.
We also didn't hear anything from you when she got assassinated. You didn't say nothing about that woman. None of y'all Democrats cared about her. Y'all didn't give a shit. You didn't give two shits about that woman. Once you found out it didn't fit the narrative, just like you didn't care about the young lady from Ukraine that got killed by the black guy. Once you found out she got killed by a black guy, you didn't care about that. That was a horrific murder. None of y'all cared about that.
Both, Pierce, condemn anybody celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder. Condemn it. And we should also condemn anyone using Charlie Kirk's murder to declare some war on of the country, and this is a battle between good and evil. Both of those reactions are
Wrong.
dangerous and despicable.
Final word to Stephen.
Wrong.
Stephen, final word to you.
Stephen, you got final word.
Yeah,
man.
wrong. I think using Charlie Kirk as saying that he sold his soul to Trump before the body's even cold. I agree with Charlie Kirk's reaction to George Floyd because the media lied. Lies foment dishonesty. And I'm not calling for a civil war. I made it very clear I want the left to be able to continue to speak without security as they often do. I just want them to be deathly afraid to try what they've been doing with the right for a very long, forevermore going forward. But if we talk about this, hey, there's one time that there weren't riots. Yeah, what about all the times that there were and they weren't registered as violent crime? Charlie Kirk didn't hurt anybody. George Floyd did. Charlie Kirk is very, very different from George Floyd. Dishonesty is what foments, I'll leave you with this, is what foments violence. And you know what? When you say war of good and evil, show me one time where the people who are actually evil are willing to paint a war of good and evil. Because you know what? If it ever comes to that, God forbid, maybe the people advocating for abortion up until and including birth and genital mutilation for children, including hiding them from their parents in the state of Minnesota, maybe they could look around at themselves and say, hey, if this is a war of good and evil, maybe we're the bad guys.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you both so very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
If you're stressed about back taxes.
Wow. That man was cooking. All right, Don Lemon time, guys. We'll get back to that in a minute. Let's do some spins. Yeah. Wow, bro. Again, I can't stand Piers Morgan, but he's got the best guests on, man. And he's smart. He knows how to fire him up. So, boom. Yep. I love your smile right now. What did I do? Was I looking evil? Was I an evil grin? Boom. With fish grease. That's right. He's cooking, man. He's cooking. All right, let's see where we're at. Let's do some spins. You guys want me to stay around or what? You guys ready to go or what? Because I'm here right now, man. I don't know why I'm doing this as long. You guys want me to stay? You guys ready to go? You want to do the all or nothing game? Or you guys want to watch the Don Lemon part? Yes, he is. Pierce is a very skilled troll. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I should be cooking dinner right now. Jerry, no, you were smiling with laughter because he was a joke. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's an absolute joke, man. Let's stay. Thank you, Fanny. Get me on the wheel. George Droid Fentbot. Did you ever fix TV? Yes, I did. Oh, believe me, if I didn't, he'd be in here. Dumb Lemon is coming on. Let me get my testosterone prepared to stiff off the beta-ness. Yes. Oh, cool dinner, Jerry. George. Okay, I'll put you on, George. I don't know if you're a real guy, but I'll put you on. We don't have a lot of people here, and there's a lot of people on this wheel. So there's 40 people on the wheel, and there's only 23 in here. So, cool dinner. George Droid, what's up, Clanka? I have corn chowder. If only I live next door. Oh my God, Fanny, let me tell you something. If you guys live next door to me, oh God. Oh my God, I'd be over there all the time. Cindy, I might need a hook. Hook me up. Free Derek Chauvin. Yes. Don't get me started with that either. Do not get me started with that. 332. Let's do it. Let's get some people off this wheel because a lot of people are not here. Megalomedia. Megalo, are you here, sir? Woohoo. Sad man, you have enough for all of us, Playboy. That's right. I'm big hype for Bitcoin Vegas 2026, man. Me too. Mega, congrats. Congrats, Mega. Megalomedia. Gang, gang, if you're here. Fair point. Fair point. Oh, to share the radio. Thanks for sharing, Jerry. No doubt. No doubt, backpacker. Thanks from the liberal, no doubt. It's all right, man. It's all right, Mega. You've gotten into it too a couple times, but it's all good. Don Lemon, yo, I want to get on that wheel. George, I got you on the wheel, George. Sad man, I'm in facts. All hail, sad man. Mega low. Let's do it again. BTC bug. Hold on. Y'all sent me a video. I didn't even see this. Flipper sent me a video. I'm sorry, I didn't see this, Flip. This is what she said.
That's you, Jerry. That's you, Jerry. That's you, my brother.
What did I do on that time?
That's you, Jerry. That's you, Jerry. That's you, my brother.
What did that mean? What was I saying? That was from a while ago. That was like 2 hours ago. What did I do, Flip? Bug. Thank you for sending that in. She's so damn cute. Oh my God. Bug. Bug, are you here, brother? Hand those off to the Dollar General. That's right. Corey. It was okay. It was about your daughter's thumbnail. Okay. Yeah, that was early in the thing. Thank you for saying that, honey. Think she was talking about the thumbnail. Okay. Sorry, I just saw that. I'm way behind. Sorry, guys. Bug is the winner. So is Corey. Let's do 334. Arnie's the winner. Congratulations, Arnie. Let's do 334. I mean 335. Excuse me. I'm in love with the Flipper. Look at that. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil.
I'm Flipper. This is Little Slip. And I just want to say good morning to all of you and have a great day and keep on stacking those sats. Buckaroo salute. Woo!
Cuteness Incorporated again. Woof woof Arnie. Woof woof Arnie. Arnito. Flipper. Woohoo. Congrats, Arnie. Flip. Woohoo, Flip. Congrats, Flip. Flipper, congrats. You can spin it on me. Okay, man. Check out the cup in that background. Oh, yeah. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. All right, guys, you ready for Don Lemon?
Kirk used new media to devastating effect in his mission to mobilize young people for his conservative movement. He understood the power of a viral moment to cut through a complex argument and the great appetite for proper debate. Just two of many things we all love about our digital culture. There's plenty of things many of us find repellent about it too. Witch hunts, vile smears we'd not dream of using in real life, and the business of saying things purely to generate attention through rage. Many prominent figures on the right have accused Don Lemon of doing exactly that this week, ironically, for making the very same claim about them.
The thing that is so obvious about it, and I think is so disgusting, is that you don't really care. You don't really care about Charlie Kirk. What you care is that this is a moment that you can use for clicks, to boost your podcast or your streaming show or your radio show or your television show or your news show or your MAGA bona fides with the MAGA group or your political stripes, that you can improve it, or you can have a moment where you're crying in front of the cameras. You gather all the reporters at the Capitol and you go, and it's your fault, and it's your fault, and it's the left, and whatever.
Well, Don Lemon is, of course, a former CNN anchor like me, who now hosts the Don Lemon Show, clips of which appear frequently in many popular podcasts. And he joins me now. Don, how are you?
Before he gets started, let's see. Let's look at Don Lemon real quick. Let's see how many followers and how many views he gets on YouTube. It ain't much, I'll tell you that.
You've seen the outrage from the right, and
okay, so he has 870,000 subscribers. That's actually more than I thought. He's getting about that one he's got a lot. 170,000, 138, 101. These are popular ones for you. Let's see. Because he's been going down. 3.2 video, 1 hour. 1 day ago, 12,000 views, 9,000 views. He got 100 on that one because he was messing. He was following Nancy Mace around on this one. He got in trouble for this too because he didn't have a press pass. 11,000 for a guy, and I know YouTubers, regular YouTubers that I watch, have more views for him. This is a national news guy. You know what I mean? And once you don't have that big studio and all that money of CNN behind you, it's hard to stand on your own, man. You know what I mean? This is a national figure. Let's see what he's got to say. Sorry, guys. Hold on. The sound went out. Let's see. Share screen. go back a little bit here. Is that Gustavo firing? He definitely looks like a new Mexican chicken franchisee. That's really low for almost 1 million subs. Yeah, JLF will replace CNN in 5 years. I doubt that, Jor. I doubt that, sir.
Podcast. And he joins me now. Don, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you? Good to see you, Peter.
We were both
introduction, but it's great to see you.
We were both greatly lamented ex-CNN anchors. In fact, we shared an office. You took my old office. I feel like we've got a lot in history together. Your reaction to Charlie Kirk's murder has stirred up a lot of anger on people on the right, particularly the clip we just heard where you talk about them not really caring about what happened to him and just reacting for clicks, crying for clicks and so on. I've interviewed quite a few people who are on the conservative right who knew Charlie Kirk well. I've not detected any of that myself. I do think that they were genuinely, utterly horrified by what happened. Do you not think that what you said there was insensitive?
No, I don't. I'm surprised because I was actually taking up for Charlie Kirk. I was taking up for him as someone who died a horrible, untimely death, and that there are people who are out here trying to capitalize.
No, he wasn't. He couldn't stand Charlie Kirk. He did a street interview the other day. I'm pretty sure most of you saw it. And he walked up to this black lady and goes, "Hey, what do you think about Charlie Kirk's death?" And lady, I'm paraphrasing, basically said, "Oh, he wasn't a bad guy," and blah, blah. You don't think he was a bad guy? Again, the man's dead. His body wasn't even cold yet. This dude he's a piece of work, man. Don Lemon.
Off of his death. I don't think it's that much different than what his friend, who is his confirmed friend, Candace Owens, is saying about folks who are using it for political and for career expediency. There are those who are doing it, and there are those who are not. And if you are not, then I don't think anyone who's not doing it took any offense to it. There's an old saying here in America: "A hit dog will holler." So the folks who I felt a certain kind of way, and that I touched with that statement or those statements, then perhaps they should take a look at themselves. And by the way, as you know, peers, you've been a victim of this. Many of us have been a victim to this. You take a clip, you do a short clip that is out of context, and then you make it into something that you want it to be rather than what I said. I don't see.
You mean what you do every day and what CNN used to do, or CNN still does, and you used to do on CNN? Again, all you got to do is, you want to know their plans and what they do, listen to what and how they blame the other side, and that's exactly what they do. Everything they say is a confession of, hey, this is what I'm doing.
To something that you want it to be rather than what I said. I don't see many people on the right at all of me running clips of me saying, I think, it was horrible what happened to Charlie Kirk. It should never have happened. I feel terrible for his wife and his kids. The kids are fatherless. She does not have a husband right now. I don't believe in political violence at all, whether it comes from the right or the left. No one played those clips. What they did was take someone like me that they can demonize. They feel that I'm on the left. As you know, peers, we work together. I'm not on the left.
Wow. Don Lemon from CNN. Again, these people make me sick, man. He's not on the left, he says. CNN Don Lemon. Trump derangement syndrome Don Lemon. People, the same man who sleeps with a white man, by the way, every night, says that the white man's the enemy, which again, he loves the white. He is not on the left, he says. Wow. I mean,
what they did was take someone like me that they can demonize. They feel that I'm on the left. As you know, peers, we work together. I'm not on the left. I am not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not on the right either. I have my own mind, and I make up my mind, and I decide on issues based on what I believe in and based on facts, not a certain political ideology.
Well, look, I would say that you're clearly a lot more left than right, surely. I mean, I've never heard you espouse a conservative sentiment.
I am a lot more fact-based than I am anything. And so I don't believe.
Again, facts are always good for the Democrats and bad for the Republicans. Republican bad, Democrat good. Conservative bad, liberal good. MAGA bad. Always. Trump bad. I just go by the facts. They always said I go by the facts, and the facts are always on the Democrat side. Get the fuck out of here, Don Lemon.
You are free to think that I'm on the left. And perhaps in this time that we're in now with the Trump administration and with MAGA, perhaps facts are on the left. And if you deem that being on the left, then so be it. I don't see myself as being a political figure or a figure who's on the left.
It's interesting your characterization about facts, because I would argue that one of the reasons Trump got reelected against all the odds, if you think about what happened.
Now, let me explain to you guys what's going on right now between Puss Morgan and Don Lemon. Okay, now Puss Morgan is an actor, and he's a propagandist, and he is part of the problem. Okay, now there's certain things that are on the right that he doesn't like. He does not like women getting infiltrated by men in their sports. He does not like that. Right? He's with that. But Piers Morgan is a liberal. He'll tell you he's a liberal. Right? But what he does is, and again, he's part of the elite class puppeteer master puppet. And Don Lemon used to be part of that. Don Lemon still wants to be part of the club. He's not part of the club. And then you guys know what happened with him on CNN. He left CNN, then he got fired for messing. I think he was talking about Nikki Haley one time, and people didn't like him. He's a very, very prima donna, and people just didn't like him. Same thing with Jimmy Kimmel. They were just looking for a reason. Any little thing he did, they got rid of him because he's a piece of shit. They're going back and forth because Piers Morgan's on the left too, but Don Lemon is way over to the left. And this is what I call the Democrat Civil War. Now, again, Piers Morgan is not really a political guy. He's just an elitist, controlled puppet and a propagandist and a liar and a piece of you-know-what. And Don Lemon is trying to get to where Piers Morgan is. And Piers Morgan wants to shoot Don Lemon down because Don Lemon is trying to get to where he's at. Right? But he knows he's fake, and he's way far more left than Piers Morgan. This is what's going on. It's called game within the game. And I want you guys to understand what's going on here.
After January 6th and everything else. The fact that he got reelected, I always felt was three-pronged, right? One was immigration. I think Biden completely dropped the ball with immigration, particularly on the southern border. Second, the economy. And thirdly, the whole woke issue, the whole woke culture. And in particular, I would say the issue, for example, of trans athletes in women's sport, which is, to me, if you're talking about facts, it is something that most Americans looked at and went, you know what, this is ridiculous. How can you deny biological reality? How can you go against scientific fact? So many would argue that it was the Democrats who lost track of facts and moved into a slightly strange, surreal place where they were trying to deny stuff, which most Americans went, well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. He's referring to men in women's sports. That's his key button. Again, I agree with him on that. But that's his key button. When he's talking about facts and stuff like that, he's specifically talking about, that's why I'll tell you the game within the game about the men's and women's sports.
Look, I would not qualify it the way that you're qualifying it. I do believe that you have a point about the Democratic Party not understanding the moment that we're in, that America's in right now. As far as trans athletes, I think that was, although I understand to certain people it is a big deal, it is such a minute, small percentage of the population, and the trans athletes that are actually in schools and that are competing in,
and that's what they do, ladies and gentlemen. Ding, 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 ding. When you hear a lefty, because again, the far left has taken over the party, right? You cannot toe the company line. You cannot toe the party line with these Democrats. So he's very scared. He can't say men can't be women. He can't say that. But what he can say is, oh, well, it's only a little minute part of the thing. You Republicans, you right-wingers, you conservatives, you MAGA people keep bringing that up. It's only a little thing. Nobody cares about it. Yes, y'all do care about it. The only reason we fucking bring it up is because y'all bring it up. We know there's only two damn genders, and you know there's only two genders. But you can't say that because the far left wing of your party will cancel you for it. And he knows that. And if he knows he wants to be back into the establishment, back on CNN or MSDNC, or maybe nothing but crap, or ABC or CBS or PBS, he cannot go on record and say a man can't be a woman. So he's like, oh, it's only a minute little thing. It's you Republicans bringing it up. What's the big deal? And that's the angle, and that's the psyop, and that's the fucking lie.
Although I understand to certain people it is a big deal, it is such a minute, small percentage of the population, and the trans athletes that are actually in schools and that are competing in competitions. It's so minor. It affects so few Americans. I'm shocked that it was used to the level that it was in the election, and to great success. And so I must commend the Republicans on an issue that wasn't really an issue for most Americans, that they made it into something that helped to catapult this president into office. Now,
see, I've heard.
Yeah, that's it, guys. He got it. The only reason Trump won is because the Republicans put a life on the transgender stuff. We don't make a big deal about it. We didn't try to force transgenders men on women's sports. We didn't do that. We didn't have men boxing women and playing volleyball against women and swimming against women. No. It's only a minute thing. The Republicans made it a big deal. They only did it for political points and to win elections. Get the fuck out of here, Don Lemon.
Issue that wasn't really an issue for most Americans, that they made it into something that helped to catapult this president.
It was a big deal for most Americans, Don Lemon. It was. Most Americans, again, this is an 80-20 situation. 80% of the country says no, and the idiots on the left say yes, which you let them win, by the way, which is probably 40% of their party, 60% of their party. It is a big deal. We did talk about it because y'all kept pushing this stuff. Y'all kept pushing men into women's bathrooms. Y'all kept pushing men into women's sports and men into women's spaces. Y'all kept doing that. So that's why we kept talking about it. We don't care if it was one person, two people. One or two is too damn many. So get the hell out of here with that, Don Lemon.
Into office.
But
Now,
you see, I've heard a lot of Democrats using that argument. And I've said to them, one of the most
Using what
effective.
argument?
I'm not saying you're a Democrat. I'm just saying I've heard a lot of Democrats say it. And my argument to them has been, but I don't. The New York Times reported that the they-them ad that Trump put out, which gathered momentum and then became used more and more and more, was one of the most effective.
I think it was extremely successful.
It was one of the most successful
I agree.
modern political adverts because it cut to the point, I think, again, about common sense that most Americans actually, maybe they don't have it in their top 5 things they care about. I would absolutely accept that. But when you actually ask them, do you think this is fair? Do you think it's right? Do you think it's equal? Do you think it's good that women's rights would be eroded? They actually then do get quite exercised about it. Hello and welcome.
Look, Pierce, I'm not here to argue over trans rights. I don't think it necessarily cut to the argument of common sense. I think they simply found an issue that they could capitalize on based on fear or some perceived religious value or what have you. So I'm not going to sit here and demonize trans people, trans women, or trans men because I just don't think that is.
Demonize them. You see how the left is? He's not a leftist, though. By the way, sorry, Don Lemon, you're not a leftist. I'm not going to sit here and demonize because what he has to do, guys, right? Because again, he can't piss off the far left. So what he's doing, he's talking on both sides of his mouth. He's saying 1 minute, oh yeah, I understand it. It was a good campaign by Trump. Nobody really cared. It's only a fringe small. But then on the other side of his mouth, he's got to talk to his constituents, his people that watch his videos, right? His voters, if you will, vote on his videos. Oh, I'm not going to sit here and demonize them, transgenders. Because again, you're demonizing somebody to say, hey, you can't play in our sports because you're a man. Go start your own fucking sport, right? Nobody's demonizing you. Nobody says we hate you. That's hate speech and violence. Remember that. That's what they use. By saying you can't play, you can't go on my daughter. Let me tell you something, man. If my daughter is in school right now, and I'm telling you this right now, first of all, I'd pull her out of the school if a man was playing in her sports. But let's just say I didn't know what happened, and all of a sudden my daughter called me and says, hey, Daddy, there's a naked man in my school. In my locker room. Let me tell you something. There's not a cop, a security guard, or anybody in the world that would stop me from jumping on that motherfucker's ass about that, right? And all men would do that for their daughters, right? So again, miss me with this. I'm not going to demonize. Nobody's demonizing these people. You want to dress like a faggot? You want to dress like a woman? Have at it. But stay the fuck away from our children. Stay the fuck away from our schools with that shit in the bathrooms and stuff. Like Tampon Tim putting fucking tampons in the bathroom. Wait, are we on Rumble or are you two? You two's gonna love this video.
So I'm not going to sit here and demonize trans people, trans women, or trans men because I just don't think that is fair and that is productive in this moment. I'm not going to go back and litigate why Donald Trump won and on the issue of trans. We simply disagree on that. I think it affects so few people. I think it was something that was blown out of proportion. And while there may be some people who are affected by it, and if they are, I'm sorry that happens. But happens. But I just don't think that was an issue that focuses.
So when you see, for example, in the Paris Olympics, when you saw Imam Khalif, an Algerian boxer.
See, this is what Piers Morgan does when he has a leftist on. He hyper focuses on the gender stuff. And again, I agree with him, but that's his little push button thing.
Who had been banned from the World Championships for testing positive for male chromosomes. When you saw a young female Italian boxer quit after 40 seconds because she'd never been hit that hard and genuinely feared for her life. And Iman Khalif goes on to win gold medal at the Olympics. Does that not ring an alarm bell for you, Don? I mean, do you not think that the reason we separate sexes in the Olympics is because males have an advantage? I mean, why would you not think that's important?
Do you want me to tell you the truth?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Piers, I'll tell you the truth about this. I heard about this story, but it's not something that I focus on. I'm not watching the Olympics like that. Maybe I'm different. I'm just not. I'm not that interested in watching everything. I like to watch the swimming. I like to watch the gymnasts. I'm not interested in boxing or any of that because I think it's a brutal sport anyway. So for me, it's just not that interesting. I'm sorry that anybody was hit that hard, but if you put yourself in the arena to be hit and someone hits you hard, then whose fault is that?
Well, you expect to be hit by other women, not men.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know.
Well,
when
men hit women, we call it.
I'm sure she saw. I'm sure whoever was in that competition understood who they were going into the ring with. And if you put yourself in that competition in the middle of a ring where punches are being thrown, then you can expect to get hit hard, whether it is a man or a woman. And that's all I have to say about that.
So you would have no objection to men fighting women in a boxing ring?
I did not say that. I just said that's all I have to say about that.
But isn't that the implication of what you're saying?
Stop asking me about this. You're going to get me in trouble, Pierce. I don't care about this. That's what I say. Nobody cares. I don't care. I don't want to talk about it. Let's go to the next subject.
No, I've said in many different ways. That's all I have to say about that.
Right. But I'm just trying to clarify what you just said about the boxing. Are you saying it's okay for men to beat up women?
I think I've been very clear. That's all I have to say. I think I've been very clear to you. That's all I have to say.
Well, you
about
have.
it.
I'm
If
just
you
a bit
don't
startled
play the
by
tape
what
back if you don't understand.
No, I'm just startled by what I think I just heard, which is you seem to think it's okay for men to hit women in a boxing ring. Is that what you said? Clarify if you did.
I didn't say. I don't think it's okay for men to hit women anywhere.
So why would it be okay in a boxing ring?
Well, again, I didn't say it's okay in a boxing ring. I just said that's all I have to say about it. I don't think it's okay for men to hit women.
So
anywhere.
then it sounds like you agree with me that biological men should not be competing against women in a boxing ring.
Piers, no matter how hard you can try to, I told you that's it.
It's not a gotcha question.
I'm not agreeing with you.
It is a gotcha question. He's not gonna answer it, Pierce. Okay, he can't. Again, the far left has such a grip on these people. He can't say nothing. He can never say that. Even if he feels that way, he can't say it.
Oh, gotcha question.
I'm not saying it's a gotcha question. I'm just saying that I am done with this particular conversation. I don't think that it is productive. I've said what I said, and I'm not changing it. I don't agree with you. That's it.
But if you were doing your old show at CNN, you would have listened to your own response and gone, what exactly did he mean by that?
I probably would have said, okay, that's what you said, and then I would move on.
Okay, we'll move on. You've criticized the MAGA right for turning Charlie Kirk into a martyr. You said if a black man on the left went around saying what Kirk said, the right wouldn't consider him a hero. It's an interesting point. Let's take a listen.
Saying white women do not have brain processing power and are stealing jobs from black men, the right would fucking lose their minds. Mark Lamont Hill, Brolin, Michael Eric Dice. Let's say these brothers, or Bakari Sellers, or someone like that. If they went around saying some shit like that, they would be canceled immediately. They would be fired. People would scrub them from their whatever business that they work for. Or if they said, when I get on a plane and I see a white pilot, I'm like, damn, we're going to, I'm worried.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've seen that blow up a lot in the last few days. So I went back and actually watched exactly what Charlie Kirk
Where are you
said.
watching all this? I haven't seen any of this blow up that you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, it's been everywhere. Everyone's been showing clips of Charlie Kirk all week on social media.
I have not seen it. I guess maybe I'm just not on social media.
I mean, what's interesting is when you watch it all in context, it's a discussion that is
the easiest way to get out of something is plausible deniability. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see that. Oh, I didn't know Charlie Kirk was being talked about all week. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? I didn't see that. These people make me sick, bro. Don Lemon, this is what I'm talking about. Now, he's part dumb, too, but he's an actor. He is the biggest actor, lying piece of shit you ever meet in your life. Okay? By saying that he's not, again, when he says, oh, the white man's bad, you sleep with a white man every night, Don Lemon. You love the Great White Pipe. What are you talking about?
Prompted by the fact that Joy Reid, who you know well, had admitted she only got into Harvard because of DEI. So he said it all in the context of her revealing that. and which I think changes the impact of what he was saying. He wasn't just coming out with this. He was saying, there's Joy Reid admitting that she only got into Harvard because of DEI.
Mm-hmm. What's your question?
So my question is, you've cited that example of him just unilaterally saying black women don't have the brain processing power and so on.
Yep, he never said that. Charlie Kirk never said that. He used their words against them. The ladies he was talking about, they literally said themselves that they're DEI hires. So, of course, a propagandist like him is going to say, oh, well, he said black women are stupid. He said black women don't have the brain power. He said black women should be replaced by white men. He never said that, right? But, of course, he's going to use the false equivalency, and then now he's going to play dumb. Well, what's your question? What do you mean? I don't understand your question. What do you mean?
But when you actually watch the whole clip in context, that's not what he said.
You're making my point about the clip before, and which is the same point about the clip now that you played of me, where the context is explained, which is he was talking about.
Thank you, Jen. We love you. Good night, honey. Thank you.
Not only Joy Reid, Sheila Jackson Lee, and Ketanji Brown Jackson. And it wasn't DEI that they were referring to. They were having discussions about affirmative action and about qualified people, qualified women of color who were offered opportunities or given opportunities that they may not have been given if it were not for affirmative action. Nothing to do with diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so what he said, and I watched the clip, he said that what they were admitting to is that they were somehow a DEI hire and so on, and about brain processing power. I would suggest that you go back and listen to the clip that clip in context of what he was saying. He clearly said what he said, and I guess because of political ideology or because of bias, people are trying to interpret it and make it into something else. That is not what he said. Okay, he was very clear about the brain processing or lack of brain processing power for black women, or for those black women.
With Charlie Kirk's death, a lot of people on the left have come out gleefully celebrating what happened. A lot of people have been posting stuff on social media, very happy, and they've turned out to be, teachers, professors, doctors, nurses. I mean, people in.
Let me guess, Don, you didn't see none of that. I didn't see any of that. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see if he says that. Let's see.
Extraordinary positions of power over other human beings. What should happen to those people?
Well, I think we should look at every circumstances. It should be taken on the circumstances should be taken on their own merit, and what should happen to them should be taken, on individual merit. We should look at each of them. Now, I don't believe that anyone should be celebrating anybody's death at all, ever. And I don't think anyone should be celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. We know, and you know, Piers, that freedom of speech does come with consequences, and there are limits, there are limitations to freedom of speech. And if you work for a private company, they have the right to fire you or discipline you for whatever it is that they want. If you break the rules, their codes of conduct, then you have to suffer the circumstances. So look, I 100% unequivocally believe that no one should be celebrating anything. And if any of those people broke the rules of their employer, their codes of conduct, then they should be disciplined or fired if it warrants it.
Do you agree?
That was actually not a bad answer by Don Lemon. Lefties VHF. And how might they benefit from that agenda? Yeah, well, I could say that, but I think my show will be turned off. All right, well, we watched this. You guys go ahead. I'm going to send you the link to this. You guys can finish this. I got to eat some dinner. We're going to do a couple spins, and we're going to do the all or nothing game. Then we're going to get up out of here, guys. All right? Yes, and more specifically, central banking establishment. Yep. All right, 336. Let's do it. We're going to do up to 338. Police investigating shooting at University of North Carolina Wilmington on lockdown. One channel saying maybe false alarm, though. Oh, shit, I didn't even know that. Jor, you're the winner. Congrats, Jor. 339. Jerry, YouTube chat for September are canceled. They ain't that much anyways, then. They are further consolidating power. Yes. Hodler. Hodler absolutely loves this wheel. You don't believe me? Take a look.
Speed up, win this fight, bring it home. Red, white, and blue, never back down, up to the task. Red, white, and blue, best for the best. America.
Love it. Love it. That was a wrong clip, though. That was a good one. But here's the cheer.
Spin that wheel, here it's real, such a flying, that's the deal. Round it goes, watch it land, Bitcoin price is in your hand.
Jor, gang, gang, America, America, USA, USA. Holler, you're the winner, my dear.
Get up, win this fight, bring it home. Red, white, and blue, never back down. Up to the task, red, white, and blue, best for the best. America.
America. All right, Holler. Congratulations. Let's do 338 and let's do the all or nothing game. About to cook me up some dinner tonight. Oh, my nuts. Oh, my nuts. Yes. Commercial break. Are you here, sir? He's always here. That looks like that's going to Emily to me. Yeah, when it comes, or somebody else. Congrats, guys. About to do the all or nothing game. Around it goes. Oh, I'm really hungry. I should have ate a little oatmeal packet in between lunch and dinner. CB, Din. Give him to Emily. Got you. She's going to be in gymnastics and cheerleading when she's in high school. Yes. Congratulations. Well, she don't go to high school. Thank you, CB. No doubt. All right, guys. All or nothing. Player one, you're up. Thank you guys for so much for being here. It's Thursday, September 18th, 2025. This is a little bribe to say thank you guys so much to keep you here this late. And you worked. It worked. So all or nothing. Can anybody win 1,000 today? Let's see. Player one, you're up. We're going to get along. You know what's going to happen, Lauren. All the people that are not here are going to win. Adam. Thank you, CB. Kramer, thank you. No doubt. I'm going to do a countdown. Look at Flipper. That fupa, though. Oh, look at the kiddos. Look at Flipper. Okay, homeschool. Well, she'll get into something. She's good. Yes. Adam. Let win 1K someone. Yes. Damn, I am hungry. Yep. Might have your first no-show. Yeah. You know it always happens, man. All or nothing exposes everybody. Thank Kramer. She will for sure. Yep. All right. He's not here. Player one. Let's do it. Commercial break. No commercial breaks here. Jerry, you still fasting? Yeah, I do about 18 hours a day. Hungry, eat up. See, so sure. See me again, gang. Sure. See me. Damn, Jor. Give those to Emily, Jerry, no doubt. That was a friendly one. Damn, George. I think Jor might be putting some back a little bit. A giant bag of, oh, man. Get that man. Emily, you got 100 sats, honey. What you want to do? Oh, my God. That's funny as shit, Jor. Thank you, sir, CB. Me and my friends would have said, one of my friends would have said the exact same thing to me, man. You hungry? Oh, man. Oh, my God, Jor. Emily, you got 100. What you want to do with them? You want to spin it? I'll keep it. Okay. Thank you, commercial. Congratulations, Emily. Player 2, you're up. Oh, I haven't heard that in a while. Oh my God, this little. There's 1,000. Somebody won 1,000. Boom. Somebody won 1,000. Somebody won 1,000. Sure, but will it fill them up? Oh. Pause. Player 2, you got 1,000. Guarantee the person's not here. Guarantee it. Well, wrong. Sorry, Corey's here. Corey, you got 1,000, my boy. Congratulations. Jerry, the accountant, is not happy about that. Player 3. Oh, wow, yes. Spin me up now. Sign me up. Spin me up now, Jerry. Yes. Jason, you're. Jason. Corito. Corey, congratulations. Yay, Corey. Buckaroo, salute. Woohoo, Corey. Jason, congrats, Corey. Heck yeah, yeah. That's crazy. That's more than what he bought today. He bought, what'd you get today? 850? Corey? Congrats, Corey. Euro. How many did you get today, Corey? 850 something? 850 something? I wish you do videos every day again, sir. Is Jason here? That is the question. So I've been eating the same thing every day, guys. I make 8 pieces of big shrimp. I take a half of a steak, ribeye, something. Well, depends on what. A nice meaty steak. Then I take a chicken thigh, cut them all up. $8.49. Okay. Over a bed of rice with onions and mushrooms. Mix the chicken, mix the shrimp up, and I kill it, man. So good. Imagine watching a game show in the 90s, sitting at home yelling at the TV. Right. Congrats, Corey. Congrats, you. Jason doesn't look like he's here. Sorry, Jason. You're not player 3. Corey, congratulations, bro. Now we get to watch game show and yell at the host in real time. We have it good. Yes. Yes, you do. Solar. Yes, you do, man. And he reacts to you too. You tell him to eat a fat, you know what, and he laughs. Sure? Oh my gosh. Yo, you got 100 sats, Solar. You want to go for the 1,000 or what? This is the all or nothing game, sir. Life is good. Congrats, Solar to Satoshi. Solar. People would never have guessed that back then. Kind of wild, honestly. Yes, exactly. And now the host replies. These people make me sick. That's right. Thanks again. No doubt. You didn't win, man. We took you off the wheel, brother. You're behind. Spin it. All right. Let me put Adam back on. Right, he didn't win yet. Can he get the 1,000? Let's see. I hope he does. Finger picked. Spin that thing. Finger pick. You got 200 sats, my boy. Adam, I'm sorry, man. You're behind, brother. You're behind on the chat, sir. This is not the show you want to be behind on. FP. Congrats. Yes, I was. It's okay. I put you back on the wheel though. But when you don't answer, I had to take you off, brother. Sorry. That's part of it. F Pizzle. He's usually here. He is usually here. Boy, I'm gonna tear this food up, man. I'll keep them, Jerry. Okay, man. Finger picked. 200 sats. I think that's a smart move, sir. That's a smart move. Congratulations, FP. Fanny. And it sounded like Sin Diesel, yes. Sin Dizzle, my nizzle. Player 5, what you gonna do? Rizna. When you fast, you appreciate a great meal. Yes. Gimmick infringement. The shizzle, my nizzle. Yep. Oh man, my stomach is touching my back right now, bro. I was a bad boy today, guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Congrats, Riz. I was a bad boy today. There was a coupon for 50-cent double cheeseburgers at McDonald's. So what I did was, I'm just telling you, I went to McDonald's, picked up the 50-cent double cheeseburger, and then I bought a 10-piece nugget. I bought a 10-piece nugget, and then I have some fries here in the air fryer, and I got a Coke Zero, and that's what I ate. Not proud of that. Jerry, no, I know, man. I know, bro. I know. After that meal, it will be filling that toilet. Yeah. Yeah. I did it. You know. Riz is not here. Rizna, you here? If people are not making fun of you for brown bagging your lunch, you're not stacking hard enough. That's right. Your bathroom session will be a lot of fun tonight. Yeah. Not really. Let's do it again. 45. Let's do it. Oh, man. VHF. Oh, shoot, guys. If you're still invited to family dinners, you're not stacking hard enough. The hell with it. Jerry, consider it a cheat day. Yeah, I know. I've been eating decent. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. That McDonald's app be getting me, man. Congrats, VHF. Like sometimes I'll go and get the $2. They'll give you a $2 breakfast sandwich. I do that once a week. And I'll get the big steak, egg, and cheese bagel for $2. And then I got these hash browns that are just like McDonald's one. I think there's 10 or 12 that come in there for like $3.50. I'll just put one of those in the air fryer and eat the sandwich. Dang, 50-cent double cheeseburger. Yeah, it's pretty good. Spin that thing. All right. That's Stush. Of course he's not here. If you didn't stock them on 300 brown bags at a yard sale for 50 cents, you ain't stacking hard enough. That's right. I'm a sucker for cheesesteaks. I know that's right. You know what I like? You know which one I like, Blunt Man? Pops. On Decatur. Love that place, man. I like the 80-20 rule when it comes to diet. As long as 80% of what I eat is good for me in appropriate portion, I'm good. Yeah, that's what I do too. Well, I don't know about 80. But Anonymous says, if you're not eating Fanny's food, you're not stacking hard enough. That's right. Yes. As soon as you said it. But, bro, let me tell you. They give the best military discounts, man. Like a sandwich will cost like 14 something bucks. I give my military cars like 9 something bucks after that. And then I just go right across the street, Steven, to that little convenience store right across the street. Then I'll get me a little drink and maybe a bag of Doritos. I don't get the fries. I have a Philly cheesesteak with jalapenos on standby for tomorrow. Nice. Pops is the best, dude. Yes, absolutely. I get the number 6. And I think I add mushrooms on it. No, I add onions. I think it already comes with mushrooms. Onions and mayonnaise. I like mushrooms, onions, and mayonnaise on my sandwich. So damn good, bro. Adding that to my list, Fanny Packer, LOL. Okay, Stush is not here. Let me take them off. Let's do it again. This is VHS spin. I'm from Philly. Have a steak sandwich on my arm. Nice. Angel. Sensei, tattoo. Yes. If you're not watching Jerry's live show, then you ain't stacking hard enough. That's a good one. That's a good one, Corey, because that's true. Because you just more than doubled your sack count today, Corey. So that is a fact. And thank you for saying that, sir. Angel, are you here? I know Angel's always here. Angel, if you're here, you got 200 sats, brother. Fanny cheesesteak video coming soon. Okay. So close, LOL. Congrats, Angel. Unless he fell asleep. Philly cheesesteak might be a video soon. Congrats, Angel. Angel. Oh, my God. Those food porn videos get me, man. They get me. Yeah. I'm about to chow down a lamb with orca and tomato sauce and a few. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn, don't tell me Angel ain't here either. Yeah. Blunt Man, the ultimate Philly scumbag. Yes. I got to give my boy a little bit of time because he's my number one fan, he says. Okra. Okay. Did I say it wrong or did you spell it wrong? Guessing I said it wrong? Okay. Oh, sounds good, Sin Diesel. These videos of your roommates cooking get me. Yeah, I haven't watched those since I'm gonna do one tomorrow. Sin, I love growing okra. Dang, Sensei, so many people have left. Yeah. Let's do it again. VHF is player 5. Coco. Coco. Yep. So many. Damn, Sin. We love okra. Yep. Coconut. I'm in love with the Coco. Coco. Is he here, though? Now, he's player 6, so he's just going to get 200 sats, and that's going to be it. Damn, close again. I know, Meglo. Congrats, Coco. Hungry now and 8 already. Nice. Yes. Why do I do this all or nothing game? I just kill myself with this. Never had okra. I love okra as well. Grew up with a garden. Grew our own. Nice. Dang, man. You and all that stuff, Sin, huh? Coquito. He's got to be here, though, man. Coco, Maddie, where you at? You got to be here. No special treatment. I'm in love with the Coco. Coco. I'm in love. Not the same Coco that we're talking about. Okra is delicious. All right, Coco's not here. Let's do it again. VHF's trying to get that 1,000. Maddie, she's not here either. Getting lots of chances. Yeah. Battle in. Come get the baby sats, right? I'm getting lots of chances at 1,000. And so does my missus. Oh, nice. Nice. Wow, Maddie. You just screwed up. George. Who the hell is George? Who the hell is George? I don't even remember writing that. You know he ain't here. George. Oh, that's that idiot. Let's do it again. He's not here. I remember him. George Floyd, dude. Bug. Okay, that's Corey. If he's here. Yeah. Come on the wheel. Yep. Isn't that Kramer's co-star? Jerry, why did you say screwed up like Lil Kiki on a screw? Probably because the internet went down. George the idiot. I'm George. Yes. Holler says a yo for a yo all in Naso must have been Grazo, Andrea Nicotine, aka Dre Dog. Yes. Well, yep, Dollar General. Okay, Corey, that's 200 for you. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Appreciate you. I can't do a long drawn out ending today, man. I'm hungry. But I will say this though. I love you guys so much. I know I've changed the format of the channel, but it's for a reason. We're in a spiritual war, in a spiritual fight against these people, man, and we got to win. You know what I mean? And if everybody knew, if we were taught in school about this debt we were in, it'd be over. But there's a new sheriff in town, guys. There's a new sheriff in town. And I tell everybody, man, put God first in your life. Love your family. Spend time with your family. Take pride in your country. And right after God, make sure you take care of yourself. Do your push-ups. Eat right. Don't eat McDonald's like me. But try to know what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? Jerry, double up in food tonight like Nipsey. Yes. Good night, fam. Love you all. However, right now, the lamb calls. All right, brother. Y'all have a blessed evening. Wonderful. No doubt. Tomorrow's Fat Sat Friday, so see what we can do. Try to get it done at 2 o'clock, and we'll do our thing, all right? Thank you guys so much for coming in. You know the debt trap is here, and we're not in it because we stack the best money in the world. This money will not only pay off the national debt, break the system, but stop the evildoers from lying to us. We will have a better money, a better world, and a better system. You fix the money, you fix the world and inflation. And with this money, they will be building statues of you like they will with Charlie Kirk. All right. And if I had to take a guess, I'm pretty sure you guys already know what that is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We are all Satoshi and we are all Charlie. All right. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.